my days. Man, how's it doing? How's it hanging?
Yeah, it's doing alright, I reckon. Yeah, pretty good,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Still slapping my knee.
Still slapping my knee. That's a real knee slapper, that one. Oh my god. Fuck Flame, so we just get started without him. What a great way to start the year. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our episode 129 of the Good, Great, Perfect podcast. We're back for another year of GGP in 2025. I have with me, as usual, my esteemed co-hosts of Brosif, aka Toadski, aka Jabronski, and you got Night, Sweatmare, Digimon, Fair, Looking Real Bear, Nightmare JP. What's going on, guys?
Okay.
I was cooking there. Wait a minute. What's been happening, Todd? How's your Christmas? How's your New Year's? How's your holiday? How you been, man? What's been happening?
Yeah, things are going pretty well.
Hell yeah.
You know, Christmas and New Year's was pretty chill. Not too much really happened. It was like just typical family stuff. Though Chris and I had our 1 year wedding anniversary on the 3rd of January.
Hell yeah, dude.
And
how was that?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We ended up going to Canada to the Niagara Falls.
Damn, hell, that's sick. What the hell?
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. So like Niagara Falls has like you can either be on the US side of the falls or you can go over to the Canadian side.
Right,
and,
right.
Like it's pretty much like renowned that the Canadian side is the better side, and yeah, I mean it definitely is. It's really nice. They've got like a bunch of hotels there. They had this really cool like restaurant. Like they've got it's like a tower, and at the top of the tower, it's like a revolving restaurant.
Oh yeah.
And it's like over the falls and stuff.
Sick.
So yeah, it's like a real fancy restaurant. So we went there on like our actual anniversary night.
Yeah,
We had like a really good dinner, and then like after we finished our dinner, like 5 minutes after we finished, they had fireworks over the Niagara Falls. So
like
it was really cool. It was a really good night.
It just kind of worked. Did it just like work out like
Yeah,
that? Or was
we didn't really know at the time, but we were told about it. Like, oh shit,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
let's
It works
go
out
check
perfectly.
that out. So that was dope, and yeah, we spent a weekend out there, and now we're back.
Now we're back.
How about you, Knight? How you been, man?
Yeah, what's been happening?
Yeah, things have been all right. I recently had like a little bit of like shoulder pain recently, but I got it checked out the other day, and it's just like the two bones like in I guess like the arm and like the shoulder bone, they're like sort of like rubbing against each other. So I just need to do like a little bit of like PT just to like help them so they're not like irritated anymore. So besides that, what was that?
You're getting old out here, man.
Oh no!
Hey, don't say that.
I don't know. I'm not like a doctor or anything, but like, isn't it usually like cartilage or something? Is it like the socket area of like the arm going into the shoulder, or it's like another part?
No, it's like I don't think it's like the cartilage or anything like that. I saw like the X-ray, but I just saw like the two bones, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. But
so like the way that
bones
the guy like rubbing against each other.
Yeah, something like that, or like the muscle like in between like the bones. It's like like too close or some shit. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. He just gave me like
annoying.
Oh, it's this, and I was like, okay.
I made it. That's annoying shit.
He's here. Speaking of which, Flame, how you been, man? What's been happening? Let the people know.
Not great, to be honest.
Oh shit! Oh no, it's a bad start, man. 2025 off to a rocky start, man. Oh no.
Fuck.
Oh god, what's been happening?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but for myself personally, I've been okay. But
that's good.
The end of last year was really bad for me because my grandma passed away.
Oh fuck, man.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awful, dude.
Yes, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, brother.
that is definitely not awesome.
That's the complete
definitely
opposite.
the opposite of that. Holy shit, that's awful, man.
Fucking hell. That
sucks. It was like 2 days after Christmas, so
damn.
That's basically been dealing with that for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Taking stuff from her house, cleaning everything out, whatever.
Yep.
That's never fun.
Yeah, we basically finished earlier no last weekend, this
Mhm.
past weekend. So thankfully we're done with all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I've been pretty good.
That's good.
Got into Pokemon recently. We're gonna do some fun stuff later.
Exciting for him. He's back in
But
Pokemon Mans.
but yeah.
Very cool, very cool.
How about you, Pappingtons? What'd you get up to?
Yeah, man, same old business as usual. That's life, man. We went on a cruise. It was kind of fun with the fam, which was really nice. Just like literally just like slept all day, just like in the sun, which just felt like wonderful.
Sleep, eat, drink.
Literally,
You know,
I ate
just
so
chill
much
out.
goddamn
Yep.
soft serve. like it's like,
Oh, hell yeah.
they had like an unlimited soft serve machine. So I was like, fuck it.
I think one of my friends' family's been on a very similar cruise as that. Like they took their whole family on,
Yeah.
and his younger brother was really excited about the like infinite soft serve, and it was at that time he realized that he was I don't know what's
was it
the
lactose
fucking thing,
intolerant?
lactose intolerant. Yeah,
Oh,
and he was
Damn.
so sick. Yeah, man, but that sounds sick though.
No,
So how long did
super
that
fun.
go for?
It was like 3. It was like I think it was like 3 days, like from the 27th
yeah.
to the 30th, which was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it was just good to like completely disconnect. I think like it's like kind of ironic because like that's when like New Year's happened in Treasure Cruise, and I just left just before everything kind of started, which was like low key. It was kind of fun because it was just like complete disconnect, not thinking about anything to do with like Treasure Cruise or any of that kind of stuff. Just like, and then I was able to come back and be like, oh, okay, let's have some fun now with with OPTC, which is good.
Nice.
But no, it was really good overall. Otherwise, like just back into work again, as usual. Just chipping away at things, as they see fit. But as you know, as I just said before, Treasure Cruise had its general New Year's celebration. So Legends of release, and look, I'm already vetoing all of them besides the 3 New Year's Legends because they're the only ones that, that kind of matter at the end of the day. But
yep, that's valid.
We did get 3 New Year's Legends this year, with the releases of a Luffy, a Sabo, and an Ace Whitebeard. What are your thoughts on the character choices, everyone? Say it in unison. Fucking dog shit. Let's be honest.
I mean, in one way, it's like kind of not Wano, but like Gear 5 Luffy kind of is Wano.
He's
in a
straight
way.
Wano.
Yeah. I mean, at least it wasn't a full Wano celebration, so at least that's a positive. No one guessed it though. No one guessed a Luffy Ace Sabo for the New Year's. So I guess that's kind of a positive that it was something a little bit like left field. But I mean, we've had Luffy Sabo Ace celebrations before.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like we've done it in the past, right? Like we've had a ASL for the. I think was it the first or the second quote unquote worldwide. I think it was the second worldwide Annie.
It was the first worldwide V2 Odin
and stuff, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Sabo got an alt art, which makes no sense, but sure, why not?
The Luffy motion artwork looks so sick.
It's crazy. Yeah, Luffy on motion artwork.
It's crazy as hell.
They go so hard.
They're just like, I don't know how, like, it's such a weird kind of concept in terms of like how they decide, like what, like it's just so weird. Like, why being Ace is just such a peculiar decision entirely, and then you have obviously Luffy getting this cracked, really cool kind of like gear changing, but basically not really gear changing. Then Sabo kind of exists, like, and his regular art is way better than his alt art, which makes no sense as well. Like, so
it's very strange. Yeah,
his alt art looks like a memories of art, which is kind of funny.
It does.
I feel like they had that cooked up in the back end. They're like, oh no, we can't do that. But I mean, let's just get into them, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess let's just jump into it.
Which one do you want to start off with?
I guess we'll start with Luffy.
Luffy, go for it. What are your
Luffy's kind of a cool guy.
He's chilling.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he is a gear changing character, like that is cool, but the way he changes gears is like so weird.
It's a very
you
odd
need super
choice.
Types.
You need super types and super classes, or super effects is the best way to put it. And then he kind of goes through the motions. I think it says to get to gear 2, it's 1 super effect. Gear 3, it's 1 super type and 1 super class. Gear 4, it's 3 super effects. Gear 4, Snake Man, so Bounce Man and Snake Man, 3 super effects with at least 1 type and 1 class. And then Gear 5 is 4 plus super effects. So it's achievable if you have EXs, like EX abilities, because like you can kind of speed run getting to 4 plus. I think what was I can't remember who mentioned it, but Roger's a really good shout. Like the Dex Annie Roger, like really speeds up the process to get.
He does
Luffy up
3,
there.
doesn't he?
I think so. So like it kind of works out really well. But
Interesting.
it's just such a
And that's the important thing about him is that like in order to get Luffy at like his quote unquote best, you need like 3 effects to get the paralysis removal. It is kind of annoying. I hate the fact that the paralysis is locked behind the different
second
effects.
to last. You know, it's the second to last one as well. It's so
I really
stupid.
wish it was just in the base captain. It would make him way more usable.
Or make him like
and then
gear
just
2 have paralysis. Like, you know, like at least like the like, you know, I don't, because like I mean to go through them, like gear 2 makes perfects consume recovery orbs and does some damage reduction, recovers HP from damage. Gear 3 is a massive attack boost and then a super effect boost. Gear 4 is a damage reduction, which is cool, and then recovery. Gear 4 Snake Man is paralysis by 10 turns, which is arguably like the most important part of the kit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gear 5 is a massive power spike, which I don't know how Flame and Knight feel, but technically Gear 5 Luffy is the first 7x unit. It's 6.987, but like it's kind of fucked up how we're already at a 7x
only
captain.
Get it though if you have the super type and the super classes activated on said character.
Yeah.
So every super type or class they have, they get a 1.1 bonus damage from his base captain, which equates to that 6.987, which is it is a lot of damage. Like he hits so hard.
He hits so hard. Like he does so much damage.
But the real problem though is that his final tap is dog shit.
I'm so pissed.
Don't you just love it when final taps give you base attack boost?
Let's
and that's all they do, really?
Final tap, base attack boost for 1 turn and increase boost effects of enemies, increase damage taken by 0.5. And like that doesn't help anyone. Obviously, it helps him as the final tap itself. But it's like, first, let's get it out of the way for the start of the new year. Damage cap exists. That's the first thing. But the thing that annoys me is like because you have like final taps such as like Lilith and Brook, like like Memories Brook, and obviously the V2 Strides that have like at least really cool final taps that like give you a massive damage like hit at the very end, and like the fact that this guy just does I'm not prioritizing him as a unit for his final tap, obviously. Like, it's just it's so poor.
There's so many other better units you would, like, rather tap 6th with than, like, you just don't need it. I mean, we still don't have a final tap that gives rainbow damage. Like, that would be perfect with this guy.
Man, new bullet legend when that can happen.
Bullets stay winning.
That's what I'm saying. It is interesting how, like, the whole New Year's batch kind of had a focus around fighters, like, fighter type. Kind of a weird choice to some degree. I feel like usually that's not the case, but I mean, hey, go figure.
I think they've kind of realized the fighter's like kind of a dog shit class.
Yeah,
I mean, they did like the Kobe legend and the Impact Garp, and like those units are just kind of bad because fighters just suck so bad. Yeah.
And then now here we are. What are your thoughts on the special? I suppose do you think
the special's fine?
Yes,
it is
I agree.
A bit annoying though because like you get the up to 3x increased damage taken when you use the special, which is like obviously god tier. Like no other increased damage taken effect comes close to that. But you can also get a conditional boost from him against increased damage taken, which is also a 3x conditional boost. So like that's a lot of damage this guy can do. But the conditional burst locked behind having 10 turns of end of turn healing is like the most
why
dog
is that
shit
a mechanic?
thing ever.
I don't understand why that's a mechanic, right?
They needed some kind of thing to like synergize these units together.
Like it should honestly that should have just been locked behind like gear 5 or something like that. I don't know, like, you know, I guess that kind of caveats him to be a captain only then, I suppose. But like they like it's just I don't like this end of turn healing, like X amount of turns. Like it's such a stupid system because like, you don't benefit from the healing anyway. Like most of the time, like it doesn't really matter. You're speedrunning everything, all the content regardless. So having 10 turns of healing on the final stage does nothing for you besides unlock the abilities of these specific units.
He does have a good super special though.
He does.
It's good, but you need to have him in gear 5 state or have 3 straw hats on your crew in order to trigger it.
Yeah, gear 5 or it's too much. That's
it can be very annoying. So characters that have EX supers that can trigger while they're crewmates are going to be like super valuable to this guy in order to get his abilities to activate.
Yeah, Luffy is strong. Like he's just very, very powerful overall. He just needs like it's just the way that they handled, I think, the Gear 5 captain stuff mechanic is a bit of a... I'm not a fan of it. Like, it makes sense, obviously, but like, I'm also just not a fan of it as a whole.
But due to his kit and being able to get that high captain, I feel like people are going to try and make him work.
Yeah,
but then again, damage cap being a thing, we already have teams that can do the damage cap. So is this really going to make that much of a difference? Probably not.
I recently saw someone on Twitter posted their team doing 255 trillion damage.
Oh.
Okay. which is like, what the fuck? And then obviously it gets nerfed down to 2 trillion, which is just so cringe. But like, but 255 trillion damage, like, is nuts when you think about it, right? What about Rumble? And then obviously he has Grand Party stuff as well.
Yeah, the Rumble's pretty good. He is focused on buffing strength or free spirit. I think it's kind of good because free spirit at the moment, they're very good defensively and debuff wise, but offensively they're not great unless if you have like crazy high investments into your like Roger Rayleigh Gaban or something like that. So this is a really nice way to give them some more damage. The thing is this guy is a fucking menace to go up against. He revives himself 2 times at 75% HP.
Yeah, stupid.
So he's like so high. This is the first character I think that revives twice.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I think it's such a bad idea. I hate it. Especially as godly though. It's super, super good. And then in GP, he's also like insanely powerful. Like definitely one of the better Rumble units. Gear 5 Luffy's just stay winning in Rumble, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say like now you kind of rotate between like Side Gear 5 in Gear 5 or Strength.
It just depends on who's buffed.
Yeah, exactly. Or on the contrary, who's nerfed. You know, so like, I still think he's a really good unit, but like,
yeah,
he seems like, it sounds dumb to say, but he seems very like basic as well. Like I think that's maybe that's a good thing, like a blessing in disguise. But overall, like he's just a very strong Unga Bunga-esque unit.
Yeah.
Overall, I don't know.
That's the way that I see it as well. He's not really used as like utility. He's just if you have like spare space on your crew, just putting him on your crew to do like insane damage is just a good thing you can do. Really,
it's a crazy ass like conditional boost. He does territory for fighters as well, which we add. At this point in time, territory is like probably one of, if not the most important mechanic right now. Just because like going up against like an enemy's territory just nerfs you to all hell. So having territory just makes him like really, really strong.
But it is a fighter territory, which means you need fighter characters on your crew.
Very true. Very, very true.
So it can be a little finicky.
I think that's it for him, I suppose. What are the final? I don't know if the Peanut lads have anything they want to add, but
I wanted to ask, like, so you guys are talking about like the way that you didn't like how the gear system like worked for him, right?
Yeah.
Like in your like ideal sense, like what would be like a great like way for like
the
gears or stuff? Yeah. Like, what would you like?
I think V2 Gear 4, like the quick unit, is kind of slept on in how that unit was designed. Like,
I like that way better.
I agree.
Like the idea of like, I think it's like eating recovery. Was it like recovery slots?
Yep.
And then like depending on how many you have, you kind of go through the motion. Like, I think that's a really cool way of kind of handling it. Or like I think like the fact that it's kind of locked behind super types and super classes means that like you need to, the only way that you feasibly can get it is having EX supers for the most part, or like doing a bunch of like captain swap, pop a super class, sort them out of captain, like rinse repeat as well, or have them on the crew, which is like, again, I think it limits how much you can kind of, at least in this current point, and maybe like in 6 months time we'll be talking about how easy it is to get. But I think right now it's very challenging to kind of achieve as well.
So you like more the like versus a Kainu style, like if they were to do one for like, you know, Legend Bonnie for, you know, that scene, like shit like that.
It just kind of feels like with the quickie Gear 4 Luffy that like you could switch between the gears whenever you wanted, and there were like actual good reasons to switch between them.
We should have pointed that out as well. Like the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of it, and like at first when I first read the unit, I thought that the captain abilities didn't stack, but basically it's like there's no differences. Like the captain ability just gets better as you go through the
it's slightly
gears,
upgraded,
which is like a good thing, obviously. But like it would have been cool to have like, okay, gear 2, because gear 2 is meant to be like the fast form, right? So you get a massive cooldown reduction when you turn to gear 2. And then gear 3 is like it deals end of turn damage, let's say, for example. Then gear 4 Bounce Man is like a tanky. Then gear 4 Snake Man is like hyper offensive, but you take damage every like after every turn. Then gear 5 is obviously like the best of the best, right? Like at least like add some creativity to the different
like,
gears.
Give us reasons to like go to the different forms for different like scenarios.
Exactly.
Where like in the old version, you could like be in gear 3 form, where like the first 2 taps don't do much damage, but then he ends up doing more damage at the end of the chain. And sometimes you wanted to do that if you needed to stall and not do damage, and I think they also had like different orb mechanics, like they made certain slots beneficial in gear 2 and gear 3. So there were like reasons to switch between. Where at this, it's just like you're just doing it to eventually reach gear 5 to have just all of them combined. Where there's not really much reason to have all of these gears. It's just a way for them to kind of add the flavor to it, but it's not creative enough in my opinion.
I think it would have also been nice if there was another way to upgrade the unit, like as you go, like in the sense of like consuming recovery slots would also passively support like getting through the gears maybe. And I think
relying on super effects is pretty rough.
And I think like this is just me being like pedantic now, but I think if there was changes to the special based upon the gear, and then on the same time, if the Luffy could upgrade while as a sailor as well, would have been kind of cool. Because then you could have had this like really dynamic character that like, as a sailor, if you get him to gear 5, your special does X, Y, Z more stuff, and that you can line it, like, you know, having a, like, giving this unit the freedom, you know, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, as like the kind of character desires to be, right? But it's very much just like, get as many super classes and super types and EX supers off as you can as early as possible, pretty much. Like, so you can benefit from... basically, you just want to get to the Snake Man form for the most part. Because those 10 turns of paralysis are super valuable. Or paralysis reduction, sorry, super valuable. But otherwise, like the Gear 5 form is just massive Unga Bunga, just like big numbers, you know? Which is good, but, you know, it's not the utility you kind of desire.
Right.
Pretty much.
Out of 10? Unless Flame had something else?
The only thing I wanted to add was, I think it's cool, but also sad that one of the coolest things they've done in a while was the Luffy's like animation when you open up his card. Yeah, that thing is sick, but it's also sad that that's the coolest thing they've done in a while.
It's the selling point though. I saw so many people pull for the unit just for that motion art. It was crazy.
It's cool because when you pull the unit, it plays it like on the summon screen too, which is pretty sick.
All right,
but I'd probably give it like maybe a 7.5 to an 8 in like that range, because the unit is strong. It's just like kind of like bland.
I agree. I think it's like 8.5 for me, because I still think he's very strong, but like the creativity, especially is like, for example, like compare this to like last New Year's, like, you know, like generally speaking, the New Year's unit is like the most powerful unit for the next 12 months. And at this point in time, I don't see any 3 of these units being the best unit in the game for the remainder of the year, which actually kind of is a good thing. But like, yeah, I think it's like 8 or an 8.5 from me.
Depends. I mean, it depends. If they don't release any other like close to 7 times captains, I can see Luffy being used probably just for that reason.
Just for the captain ability,
And he's a rainbow captain ability, but at the end of the day, like, I agree. I don't see Whitebeard Ace or Sabo being that like Zoro Sanji level that's like insanely busted for the whole year. I just don't see it.
I'd say 8 just for the animation.
What do you think, Knight?
I'll give it a 8.75.
Hell yeah.
Because of its captain.
Oh shit, okay, let him know. Alright, let's get into Sabo next, because I think Whitebeard Ace is the most fun out of the 3 of them. Sabo, what are your thoughts, Todd? How do you feel?
Oh, Sabo is a very, very strange character.
He's one of the characters of all time, that's for sure.
He is definitely one of the characters. Captain ability's pretty good. I don't really have any complaints with that. It's really good. The super special is also pretty solid. No real complaints there.
Yep.
The complaints probably start when you get to the special ability.
Yeah. What is this?
The
So,
special is very bizarre.
So he does some really cool things where it's like he reduces 10 turns of despair, he removes silence on himself, and he increases duration of an advantageous class effect buff, which is a
What's
new
that,
buff.
man?
A new buff in the game, guys. Yippee.
Yay.
And I believe the way that it essentially works is like if a character is weak to a certain class, it's basically just a buff against it's just another conditional, it's a pseudo conditional boost for weakness.
Yeah,
against
more
certain
modern
class.
content has started introducing enemies that have like above their HP bar. It says that they're weak to a certain class.
Yeah.
Basically meaning that if like they're weak to powerhouse, so powerhouse units do double damage against them. And advantageous class effect magnifies the effectiveness of a weakness class is basically what it is. So the problem really arises is when you're not using characters against characters that have weakness class, because it means the advantageous class effect doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So that's the real problem. And if you just take if you take the advantageous class effect out of his special, what's he actually doing? He does a bit of damage.
Mhm.
He does remove special bind and burn by 10 turns, which
Mhm.
makes sense because of his crewmate ability, and his
Mhm.
captain can remove it. So you can still remove the special bind as a captain, which is good.
Which is very good, yeah.
And then he does apply the territory cerebral, which is cool. And then he does give you a 1.5 chain multiplier growth rate if you have you have 5+ turns of a tap timing bonus damage.
Yep.
So the thing is there aren't a lot of good tap timing bonus damage characters that actually
they're not.
synergize with him at all. So that kind of sucks.
Yep.
So the special just doesn't do a whole lot. Aside from like the utility is like the best part of his kit.
Yep.
The territory, I guess. Like it's just there's not a lot going on with him, and it just feels kind of like half baked. Like I feel like he's kind of missing something. There should have been like another layer added to his special to give it a bit more power. But the thing is if you are up against an enemy that has weakness class,
it's a wrap.
He does so much damage.
It's a
against
wrap.
Them.
It's crazy. Base 2.5x multiplier on that, and then it goes up to a 3 with obviously action special.
So it says it says so he multiplies the weakness class by up to 3.
Which is
so nuts. He doesn't make the weakness class 3, he multiplies
so
it
by
by
3. Like a 6x then at most or something like that?
So normally if they take double damage, they actually take 6 times the amount of damage. Like it is a big power spike.
Yeah.
But they need to have that effect on them for it to actually matter.
Yeah, exactly right. And I mean,
so
like
potential
with Kazuna and stuff like that, like generally, like that they try to shoehorn Kazuna in that sense where they want you to use specific. I mean, like I think in this upcoming Kazuna, they've outright done a 200% resistance to slashes to nerf Zoro Sanji, for example, which is hilarious. And that's how they. And I think that's like, I mean, we're getting into granulars there, but like, yeah, I agree, Todd. Like like he seems very bland. The other cool parts of the unit is the support is actually really cool. 2 turns of silence reduction, you can put him on Robin. You know, Robin's always going to have really good units.
Sure.
Also, putting on Koala is kind of low key good for like TM and stuff. It could be very useful going forward. But his super tandem is fucking cracked. Like it
has a lot of potential.
It's very strong, but it requires 3 units.
Yeah,
which is tough. But it's a 3x tandem attack boost of Cerebral and Fighters, and then it increases orb effects of Int Recovery, Tandem, and Rainbow to 2.5, which is really, really good. But yeah, 3 units is a lot, but it is pretty straightforward units. Like you can easily kind of make it happen. Not easily, sorry, but like for example, like Robin, Ace, Garp, Luffy, like that's already like you can build a team pretty out of those units. What are your thoughts about Rumble?
I was very hesitant at first to use him in Rumble, but after using him, I think this guy's actually insane. He's super good.
Okay.
So his like Rumble ability is just generically good, giving int and cerebral buffs, 6 attack, 6 defense, 6 speed, and he also gives himself a shield. And then for the first 40 seconds, he has level 10 speed and level 5 CT to himself. He just gives a lot of buffs to himself, but decent buffs across the board to int and cerebral. So for the first 40 seconds, he's going to be able to launch his special very, very fast.
Yeah.
And the special itself, it is a nice buff that can give some attack bonus. It also gives CT up bonus, so your int and cerebral characters will be launching their specials faster for the next 20 seconds. Bit of blowaway, which is like whatever. But then the big thing of targeting one high defense enemy, ignoring defense for 2.2 damage. And it's kind of funny because I wasn't really expecting to really like trial him out in Rumble.
Right.
But then I went up against an int team that looked like kind of like whatever. And this
Yep.
guy was on it. I didn't actually kind of realize that
Get
his
smoked.
damage went through defense.
Yeah,
And I got
get
absolutely
smoked.
destroyed. I'm like, holy shit, I need to build this team. This team
Yeah.
looks kind of crazy. And then he also gives 100% haste to a high CT teammate. So that's kind of cool too. He's a really neat character,
Mhm.
providing a bit of support, giving them CT, giving them some attack bonuses. He's got a good support from his Rumble ability. I mean, you're never going to use him in Grand Party because he's kind of trash, but
Yep.
this guy's a really nice solid unit for int. Like, I didn't think he actually had room in the int team, but I think you kind of like, I wouldn't say you need him, but he makes a pretty big difference. He's a nice support unit for sure. Like him and Blackbeard and like Luffy, like you can build a really good team around him.
Absolutely. I like that the all the units seem to have this like thing of like int / cerebral, so you can kind of mix and match whether it's like an int team or
have a
cerebral
bit of
team.
flexibility.
It's not that bullshit. Remember like what was like last year or the year before where it was like int get this buff and then cerebral get this buff and they don't like
Yeah, I hate
they
that
separate
shit.
it. It's kind of cool that they've kind of taken a step back and like, okay, like something a bit different, which is good. I think it's very positive. I agree with you, everything there, 100%. Do you want to talk about the fucking the ink effect alt art bullshit? It's like, what's the point?
Why do they do this?
His art is actually fucking sick, by the way. Like the art is so cool with all like the Gorosei in the back and stuff. Like it's such a cool idea. And then his alt art is baloney, where it's like, oh,
Bruh,
dragon's big ass head.
I got so hyped when they did the trailer.
No,
because I think
bro.
they revealed Sabo first, I believe.
Yeah.
And we saw the Gorosei, like
everyone's like, M character, M. It was fucking Sabo's dumbass,
like, nah.
man. Sabo's dumbass. What the hell?
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's planned to a T. But I don't know. Do the Peanut lads have anything? I want to. Before you guys say anything, there was a comment.
Pens?
There was a comment on the award chart. I didn't load it up. It's one of the funniest comments I've read. Hold on, I need to find it. Where is it? I think it's something like, "What's the point of the two guys in the middle? They quiet as fuck." And it's Nine Flame, and I'm just like laughing my ass off.
Wait, what did you say?
During the award show, somebody commented recently like, "What's the point of the two guys in the middle? And they're quiet as fuck, and it's you and Knight, and it's so
I'm
good."
crying.
Anyway, sorry, continue. That was just funny.
Well, they're definitely not an OG viewer.
Amen, brother.
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
I was saying, what's it? They still are like very stingy with like those rainbow alternate art pens. Like they just don't.
I think I have like 9 now, but that's been like what 2 years. I feel like they've been around for. Let me see.
Who was the first unit that got it? Was like Luffy and Yamato, right?
It was Luffy,
Yeah,
Yamato,
Luffy, Yamato.
Yeah.
and the next one was Shanks, and then now it's this Sabo. Let me see here. I have
We didn't get an alt art for New Year's last year.
no.
So it was just Annie.
I have
it was
9.
9th Annie, 10th Annie, and then New Year's this year.
So I have 9 of them, and that's because they started giving them out like during Blitz battles, and I think there was a there's one in Grand Voyage as well, I believe.
Yeah, there is.
So like there's like 10 to like 15 that exist right now overall.
Or if you've dropped them from TM, right?
Yeah, or if you got fucking incredibly, I don't know, mate. Like if I got an alt art pen from fucking TM, I'd actually be pissed. I reckon that should have just been a gold tablet. To be honest with you,
Shanks is still the best alt art though.
yeah, this alt art sucks balls. This alt art looks like there's like a unit that comes out in like fucking March. You know, one of them like, oh, we need a filler unit quick. Yeah,
True.
Sabo memories, do it.
You got to remember that the alt art characters have different IDs, so
Yep.
you can use them in different teams and shit, in like TMs and stuff. It's kind of wacky.
The whole alt art situation is just stupid. But
I'm just waiting for an alt art Katakuri, man. That's
Now
also
we're talking.
my pen's for.
When's Slam Gen coming out? Ooh.
Yeah,
those
that's what I'm
pens.
saying.
Out of 10, I suppose.
I don't know. This is tough. Do I like it more than Luffy? I don't know.
I'm gonna say
not.
no. I don't think I do. I think I like Luffy more than this unit for the time being. And mind you, like I got into Super 10 and 4 during my pools, something like that. I got like I did like 5 multis on every part, and I got like 2 more copies of him in 5 multis, which was kind of broken and shit. But I do think this guy. I think Stunt might have mentioned to me. Fuck that guy, by the way. Get one in for the 2025. I think the idea that like I think like the utility in his specials was going to make him very valuable, like going
I
forward.
agree.
And then the chain mechanics is obviously going to be very valuable, and then obviously the fact that he has a new buff naturally makes him incredibly valuable, because a lot of content, like you said, is always going to have some sort of weakness associated to it at any given time as well.
And one other thing I guess it's kind of worth noting is that his EX super can be used as a crewmate.
Good point. Good point.
And it's a full board of tandem slots too, which is really nice.
Okay, do I actually like him more than Luffy then? That's actually really good. You made a great point, to be honest with you. I don't know if I do actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe they're the same. I don't know, man. It's a weird batch. It's a weird batch of units.
It's so hard to evaluate whether they're good or not. Whereas like when we saw Zoro Sanji, we knew holy shit, this character's busted as fuck. But like it's hard to evaluate with these. Like they're definitely not broken. They're just like solid.
I think they're equivalent. I think I'm gonna stay neutral on the fence. I'm gonna say that they're equivalent. I'm gonna say that they're pretty. 8.5 for me from Sabo. Then I'm gonna say.
Yeah. All right.
I give him a 7.
7 for that old.
I give him an 8.
7.5 for me.
7.5. Cool. All right. Now to the fun unit of the batch, which is kind of very unique, and I think it's kind of sparked a lot of conversation about where Treasure Cruise could start going in terms of like how they design characters. It is the Whitebeard and Ace unit. What are your thoughts?
Well, Whitebeard decided to sneak himself into this.
Yeah, what the who the fuck is this guy? I'm like one of those ones, man. Like some random guy pulling up.
Dude, this dude thinks he's cool, just hanging out with Ace.
Who invited
He's a pretty cool unit, actually. I mean, the only thing I don't like about him is that he doesn't like have quote unquote utility in his captain that's worthwhile. He removes special limit use duration by 10 turns, which is like kind of whatever. Like, who cares about that? But the obvious highlight to this unit is the uniqueness in his captain ability, where if a Whitebeard Pirate Commander character uses a special, you get a various different effect depending on which character you use. So that's new. The fact that they have classified characters as Whitebeard Pirate Commanders, and depending on who you use, you get some pretty powerful specials.
Yeah, man, it's actually broken as shit. So it's Marco, Jozu, and Odin. Odin being there is kind of cool, actually, as well, when you think about it. Thatch, Vista, Izo do something. Flamenco, Rakuyo, Namul, Blenheim, Kriya, Kingdu, Haruta, Atmos, Speedjill, and Fossa. They all do debuff removal, damage increases, like ignoring, like for example, like Thatch, Vista, and Izo ignore debuff protection and inflict increased damage taken by 2.5x. Like, what's up, man?
That's fucking
what's up, man? That's fucked. Like,
and Marker is 100% HP guard.
That's also fucking crazy, by the way. Like 100% HP guard, and this unit is a rush unit as well. Like,
it's pretty sick.
Nuts. It's really cool. I'm a big fan. The thing, if I want to nitpick again, I hate that they introduced this whole captain shifting like unique ability, and then they went back to super swap for this unit.
He should have been a captain shift.
If he had a captain shift, it would have also made it so much better to kind of keep that the engine of Gear 5 going, to kind of keep leveling him up to get him to that Gear 5 state as well. But it's just a bit odd. I'm not a big fan of super swap. I've realized. I think dual units with captain shift, as much as I hate them, they're better than super swap without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, you can do some really neat stuff with it.
But I love the captain ability. I love the captain ability.
There is a little bit of a downside though.
Hit it.
It's the fact that, okay, so they only boost Powerhouse and Fighter with their captain.
Yes.
Unfortunately, a lot of these characters on this list you'll find are not Powerhouse and Fighter characters.
That's correct.
You got Marco, obviously, that fits. Jozu, that's fine. The Vista, there's some Powerhouse units there. But characters like Haruta and all that, like, they're not Powerhouse or Fighter, so they don't even get boosted by his captain ability.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have such a very small list of units that actually fall into this, like, the characters we would use in order to achieve these buffs are like the old ass rare recruits that no one uses anymore.
Yeah.
Well, yes, they did give some of these older rare recruits and free-to-play units some buffs.
Yeah.
They're still not great. Like, I just don't get why they did this, and they should have really given us, like, some characters leading up to this. Like, some new Whitebeard Pirate Commanders would have been really dope, but we didn't get that. So I don't understand it.
I think it was a missed opportunity, and like it would have been broken, but I wouldn't have been against it because like I think you were the one that was telling me like if it's like I think it's like the Marco and Vista like fake dual unit. I think it's
Yeah.
whatever it is, Vista and whatever. Only the first unit in that unit counts for the ability. I think that's a missed opportunity because those units are actually quite good. And if you had the ability to use all three of them, and then they would count for three of the abilities, would have actually been,
It would have been
incredible.
So insane.
And you'd have had such more flexibility with this unit as a whole. But you are right. Like there are a lot of old ass units that I'm not gonna fucking use King Do. Like, come on, mate. Like what are we doing here, you know? Unless King Do gets a cracked ass unit, then absolutely. But like by the time that happens, this unit's gonna be pushed out.
I think a lot of people also kind of thought that maybe for the TM batch we were going to get some Whitebeard Pirate Commanders because it was a Sakazuki free-to-play unit as the boss.
Nah, mate. All you
So
get
we
is
kind of thought
you get some bullshit. You get some bullshit Rev Army units and call it a day. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah, you're right. So like those fake dual units, the ones that have multiple characters in one, whoever's the first unit on the character, so if it's Marco and Vista, it only counts as Marco. But for dual units, it is interesting. So Whitebeard and Marco, if you use like the special while you're in Whitebeard form, it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
But if you use the special while in Marco's form, you get Marco's ability. So hypothetically, if we got a dual unit of like Thatch and Namule, then
you could
if you're
swap
in
between
Thatch
them.
form, you get his effect and then Namule and Namule's effect. Yeah, so just something to know for the future.
That's really cool. I like that. That's actually good. Special? Sorry, before we get into that, advances. I think it's the Whitebeard form does the ship special, which is kind of cool. Sometimes the ship special can be very useful, especially in this day and age with debuffs and stuff. And then special limit removal is actually like kind of useful, but also not that useful. It's kind of a weird double-edged sword with that one too. And then but what about the special? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, special's pretty strong. They get a benefit if you use their special while they're in their dual form. The only way to get their dual form is through their super switch, though. Yeah, this is the first dual unit in the game that doesn't combine into their dual form when you activate their special. You can only get it through super switching.
It's stupid. Let's be very honest with ourselves here. It is such a shite decision to make overall. It just makes no sense. Like, why?
It is pretty stupid. It doesn't help either that their switch effect is kind of dog shit as well. Yeah, so for a Super Sugo unit, a New Year's Super Sugo unit to have this level of swap and super swap, it's pretty disappointing, I'd say.
8 swaps is a lot, man.
8's so much.
And then there's no way to there's nothing in their kit that reduces it, right? It's just raw.
They should have been in their captain, to be honest. Like it gives you an incentive to use him as the captain.
Or like on the contrary, like any one of the Whitebeard pirate commanders, if you have them, it like having a Marco reduces it by 1 turn. Having a Josie reduces it by 1 turn. So hypothetically, if you ran a full like Whitebeard commander's crew, you would just reduce you'd start off with super swap available or something like that.
That'd be pretty sick.
Like something along those lines. But yeah, it's odd. And the special does attack down territory, obviously. Some sort of attack up stuff, chain multiplier stuff. Like if you do more than 8 specials, it actually changes. It does class change, which is kind of cool. Like
they learned from last year. The class change is only for 2 turns.
Yeah, exactly. 3. Exactly. Don't make
and
those
it's
mistakes.
not all characters. It's just certain classes.
Yes. Yeah. Never make that mistake again. They have rush. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the?
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the rush? Seems pretty stock standard.
Yeah, it's good. It's just a solid rush on first tap as well, which is pretty good. And makes sense because if you use like a marker, as you said earlier, to get HP guard. Another thing is the Moby Dick ship, if you have it upgraded, that does also get a special, which gives you HP guard. I think it's like a 70 or 80% HP guard.
True.
So if you have Whitebeard to make the ship special max, you can get that to proc early, which is kind of
actually a really good point.
Scenario.
Yeah, okay, hold on. That's actually really good. I like that idea.
The rush is good.
Rumble,
you need to have 2 of the listed units in order to do it, though.
Yeah.
The list of units
it's crazy
that you need it's really big, so that's not really that big of a problem.
Like all the Whitebeard pirates and then Ace's homies, they're all there as well.
Yep.
Kotatsu's there. Fucking hell yeah. Dude.
Yeah, friggin' no names.
What are your thoughts on the Rumble special?
The
Rumble
Rumble's pretty good.
Mhm.
I've been enjoying using them in Rumble.
The,
So they
the
are.
self KO the KO stuff is actually such a crazy like nuts
Oh, it's
mechanic.
so annoying.
It's so annoying.
It's annoying going against it. Yeah. It's cool that they buff both powerhouse and fighter, so you can use them in a couple of different squads.
Mm-hmm.
And their special does actually quite a fair amount,
Mhm.
giving themselves some buffs. They can target 3 enemies for 5 times damage, and he
Mhm.
targets characters with high HP. So that can be a little bit of a downside because it does reduce the amount of times you'll get knockouts. Because if you target low HP enemies, you have a higher chance to get knockouts, of course.
Yep.
He also inflicts speed down, which is good. And then if you got 5 or more powerhouse or fighters, he gives your team 100% chance to remove stat reducing effects. That doesn't include half stats, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it is a pretty cool thing. I know that Whitebeard and Roger dual unit, they have that ability, which can actually be kind of nice. So if you get like severe defense reduction or severe attack reduction, being able to just remove that is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they use their special when they're at 1% HP or below, so basically if they die from their Rumble ability, it auto triggers their special.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then it targets 1 high attack teammate for 15 attack and 15
Which is
speed.
fucked, by the way.
So
That's
if
so
when he
much.
dies, he gives someone else on your team a big buff before he dies. So
I'm
yeah,
a
I mean
big
he's
fan.
a solid unit.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
big fan.
I mean Powerhouse is such a good squad right now.
Yeah.
Especially with this, and then we had the Katakuri Big Mom and the Kaido
Yep.
King that came
Yep.
out
Yep.
somewhat recently. Avalo Pizarro, you guys already know. So
You know what I've just
Yeah.
you know what I've just realized?
What's
Kaido
that?
King, Emperor, First Commander. I mean, Ace really isn't the first commander, but kind of follows suit.
True.
Like Kaido King, Big Mom Katakuri, Whitebeard Ace. You know, it kind of makes sense to have a similar lineup. Right. Okay. I think I like this unit a lot. I think the
Yeah,
gimmicky nature of it is very fun, and I hope that we start leaning into this idea of if a Straw Hat is on the crew, if a Revolutionary Pirate is on the crew, if so on, and starting building this like new way to build teams, because I think that's what we're lacking in Treasure Cruise is creativity, because we are forced into this whole boost meta, run the highest point boost you possibly can, etc., etc. Like, we need a new way to look at creativity with how we kind of use units, and I think this is like the step in that kind of direction for sure.
Yeah, I really enjoyed using this character, testing him out. He is very annoying to use at times because just the pool of units he gets, like that he has to use in order to get these additional effects is just really bad. But I think that with more support, this could be absolutely insane. Like if they introduce Whitebeard Pirate commanders that synergize with these abilities, like the one where it says like ignore debuff protection, inflicts increased damage taken. Like if we got an Ezo, Vista, or Thatch that's like a powerhouse or fighter that gives you a conditional boost against increased damage taken, that kind of synergy would be so good. Yeah, so I think there's only like potential upside for this guy. He'll just get better and better as time goes on. And I just hope that they do abilities like this in the future for like other types of units to just add a bit of flavor, a bit of creativity to these units.
Like I'm super down. Like I think, like for example, like we're not going to talk about them, but like we got the Rumble, Fujitora, and Green Bull. But I think the more fun ones, I suppose, like Morley and Karasu getting a legend is kind of cool, and then Sai and Leo getting a legend is kind of cool as well. Like I'm super down for like end of month batches are like the more stock standard characters that you're kind of expecting to release. And then since at this point in time, every game mode is just going to release a legend at this point now, is just kind of what you have to expect, I suppose. Using those legends to be the creativity of like, we want a Thatch and Vista legend for this Whitebeard Ace unit. Let's release them as a Kizuna legend, for example. And then you kind of start building up that synergy of like the pool of characters that are available for, you know, Whitebeard and Ace to kind of benefit from. I think that's kind of the approach there. But out of 10, or unless there's anything else.
I don't think so.
I think they're all very equivalent for me personally. I think they're all very similar in strength, and I think they just all have different use cases. I'd probably just give them the same score as Luffy and Sabo, personally.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I agree. It's not like last year where like Zoro Sanji were basically good everywhere. Yamato was basically only good in Kizuna, and then Roger and Odin are good nowhere.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, kind of how it is. But all these units have potential use cases. though I feel like Whitebeard and Ace have the highest potential to
Yes.
not be used, which is kind of weird. Their special is pretty good though. Like Powerhouse Territory, attack down, attack up. There's lots of potential, but we'll have to wait and see. I think I'd probably give him like a 7.7.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. Something like very similar, akin to what was given before. Cool.
What about you dudes? Night and Flame.
I will give them a 8.
Okay.
I'll give it an 8, but I do have to say, if I was playing, I do think it kind of sucks that they kind of like they kind of spam the ASLs for for the bigger celebrations. I feel like, especially for like New Year's, end of the year, like they definitely could have cooked something better than that.
But I think there's a lot of missed opportunity for New Year's where they could have tapped back into Egghead, but I wonder if like Big Daddy One Piece or Shueisha's like no Egghead in like One Piece games.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because like the anime drought or whatever.
So I think in Bounty Rush right now they've released a Garp recently and a Kobe, and they're releasing a Kuzan. I think it's for their anniversary. So like we've already had those in Treasure Cruise.
So yeah, it seems like a thing where they're just not going. They're not trying to like go with Egghead shit.
Yeah,
I guess.
I think that's my assumption, but I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to feed into that. I suppose. Like,
Where's my Egghead Lucci, bro?
Yeah, keep dreaming, Bucko.
Well, we technically got one.
You get a 6+. Take it or leave it. You get a 6+.
I don't want that bullshit.
You get a 6+. Take it or leave it. That's
we technically got this. Remember,
brother? At this, we got Luchikaku. Take it or leave it.
Nah, that's crazy.
Dude, at this point, 6+ is a brand new unit in reality. Like, I don't want to fucking get into the. I guess like we can have a little section of like
fucking 6+.
New Year's as a whole, right? We can just give our final thoughts on New Year's.
I will say, because I've got a video about this coming up soon, because I made a tweet about it. I wanted people to give me their opinions on it, and like the thing is the biggest takeaway I have from the whole New Year celebration is they were generous as fuck with rainbow gems. Dude, holy fuck, man. A lot of
SNS campaigns this year. It was
because like
it was
legit
kind of
when part 1 of the Sugo came out, I did 10 multis, so I went down to like 20 gems or something.
Yep.
I haven't bought anything aside from like the monthly pack. Right now, I'm sitting at nearly 800 gems.
Yeah, it's been cooked.
Like it's insane.
They had obviously the gems that came out from the announcement, and then they had this random ass 3 consecutive day social media campaign where it was 50 gems per day, so it's 150 gems. They had login like lottery gems. They had a step up campaign for PKA, which I think we might have gotten. I can't remember if we achieved that or not.
Ooh, I don't remember if we did. I think we did.
Either way. Then we had a giveaway. There was a giveaway for 25 gems plus a Luffy and Ace figurine, which is like really cool that they're doing that. All the game
US
modes.
Only.
Blitz Battle. Yeah, US only. Hold that, me. But Todd, you can win this time. Blitz Battle gave out like 100 or so gems because it's a big celebration blitz. Like,
we had the special grand party.
Yeah, special grand party, 50 free gems there as well.
Yeah.
Like it's good. It's very good. Like it's what we need.
I could confirm, as someone who just logs in, I did 7 multis, so they definitely did give a lot.
And that's like,
and that's without even playing the game. That's crazy.
And that's a lot for Treasure Cruise standards of giving out for free. Like 7 multis is like a lot. Which I mean, obviously the bar's set quite low, but like it is good that like
Treasure Cruise standards. It's very good.
At this point, mate, if we get 10 gems, I'm like, fuck yeah, 10 hell yeah, dude.
I can't believe they don't give you a gem for logging in. That's crazy.
Oh, we got we actually had the New Year's login had gems on it this time, which was a breath of fresh air. So overall, I think New Year's was good. Like, but I think the choice of characters was kind of stinky. And then plus super evolving the waifu trio is awesome, but then gating them behind not only a Sugo Fest, but the fucking skulls come out in May? Or some shit for this unit, like, bruv, what?
You either pull for the unit or you wait until May to pull to get the skulls for free. It's the most dog shit thing.
Dude, I know we've talked about that in the past, but like I didn't realize like the severity of that shit.
Yeah,
dude, that is like the worst thing they've ever added to the game.
That's
like,
that's
way worse.
5 months,
dude. Is it every 6+ that they do that now?
Not every,
No.
but it seems like, for example, like I was going to talk about it in other news, but like
Corona.
Perona
right?
came out in October, and her
You
skulls
still
are being
can't use her
released. Her skulls are being released this Kazuna,
unless you summoned for her, right?
unless you summon for her.
Yep.
And I believe there
Yeah,
was
that-
also another unit.
yeah.
I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, nah, burn
V-
the
the
building
wife-
down.
the-
Oh,
Vivian
the
Becker.
Vivian Becker. That's right. They come out in March. Those skulls.
It's just
Yeah,
dumb. Like
nah.
I talked about this somewhere else. I can't remember where I mentioned it.
Mm.
I might have said it on Twitter. But like, could you imagine if Dokkan Battle did an Extreme Z Awaken, but you can only pull for the Extreme Z Awaken version of the character,
Oh
and you had
my
to
God,
wait like
imagine.
3+ months to actually get the like medals? It'd be so dumb.
no.
Everyone
Like-
would cry.
Like 5 months for the waifu trio is just like, bruv. Like it's just
That's really bad.
like, okay, you want to sell them, go for it, right? Have them available next month. Like just like when the
And
when
let
the
me-
banner ends, make them available in the next. I don't know. Like, but
Let me guess, the 6+s are also really good boosters.
yeah,
right,
they're
in the
fucking
event?
good,
Yep.
man.
Oh my god!
It's also a side grade as well.
It's
so
slightly
like
different, and then
slightly
they don't
different.
boost. They
Suck-ass.
don't boost the 6-star version.
it's
as
al-
well.
also
Like,
the
yeah,
unit
it's
is
so
fucking
dumb.
the unit is fucking cracked in Rumble as well. Like they're actually a really powerful unit. The Perona's whatever, and the Vivi Becca's whatever because they're like regular legends anyway, so it doesn't matter. But like this unit is really good.
Anni
really
exclusive
good.
legend.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Then
So
watch-
it's so
Watch when the
dumb.
spoils come out, they're not gonna be that good.
Yeah, well,
Yep,
fucking
probably.
5 months is May. May is 11th Annie. This unit's out already gonna be like, who gives a shit, right? Like, you know, I think that's the biggest gripe that I've had. It's so stinky. It's very
Yeah.
very stupid. And then yeah, like the other units they release, like they release this random ask. I don't know why, but Fuji Green Bull came out as a Rumble legend. Like, okay.
Oh my god, it was just
Did
a
not-
so
that was
fucking
that,
S.
that was ass.
Oh, we ended up
Yeah.
okay. So I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but how many legends? I guess for Night and Flame, they might not have seen it. How many legends did we end 2024 with? Like that released this year?
It was I know
It
it's
was like
over
70,
60,
right?
72.
We had 61 legends this year.
Oh my
2024,
God.
sorry.
Oh, okay, so
It's like 5 legends a
so it was,
month, right?
okay.
Yeah. So
What was last year?
last year was 50, and then the year before 2022 was 50, 2021 was 49, then 2020 was 29. So like a kind of
So there was a plus of 11 this year.
11 more legends released this year, yeah. And we're already on track for like fucking 70 this year, pretty
And it
much.
looks like pretty much every TM will have a legend now.
Yes.
So
So we've had 2 legends
Right.
released this year so far, I believe.
Kazuna
already.
will
I know.
probably trend down that route. Would be my
I know
guess.
Knight would probably like that.
Hey man,
TM King, mate.
it's calling
Um,
me.
It's it's the devil. It's, cool. I guess, you know, jumping ship a little bit to make something a bit more positive in this sense was the January team letter. Was actually really interesting this year.
That was interesting.
So they kind of announced a few things. So first of all, they're already talking about 11th Annie, which is cooked, by the way. So like EOS people, eat your heart out. We're at least getting to 11th anniversary. It seems
They've probably
like.
already planned what the units are going to be.
But then there was 2 like little or bigger points that they made, which was the first one was the adjustment to the period for trusty characters, and I'll read it per verbatim. In Pirate King Adventures, the period in which a Suga rare can become a trusty character will be changed to 3 months after its release. Last year, we made adjustments to make new characters more appealing to use. However, based on feedback from our users, we've decided to readjust the period. The adjusted period will be announced through an in-game notice, so please stay tuned. Great change. Like,
Yep.
it's a good change. It's what was needed. And I think that in turn, it actually does make the end of month units actually more valuable because now they're going to be boosted
Yep.
for 3 months as opposed to 1. So it's actually a very positive change. Plus, it opens the door to using the boosted or using the units for like, for example, like the mini bosses obviously had their batches associated to them. So you could
Mhm.
build teams that beat those mini bosses at high levels based upon those units, and etc., etc., etc. So it actually works out really well. The other part, I'm not going to read this one verbatim, but they're going to be improving the user experience to crew edit and powering up characters and making it more user friendly. because it's already complex enough as it is, which is obviously really good. I don't know what they're going to do with the crew edit. I have no idea, but I'm assuming there's going to be a new gimmick coming out that's going to be related to crew stuff. That's my guess. But
Potentially.
they're going to change that up, and character power up is going to be changed as well, or improved. So my assumption with the character power up is that there's just going to be more, you can feed more turtles, because I think it's still limited to 50 Himes, which is dumb as shit.
Well, actually, they mentioned in the most recent,
Yes.
there's going to be a miniature update where you can feed up to 999 Rumble Scrolls.
Which is
during a
kind of
feed now.
scary, right? Because, like, I guess it's for bronze scrolls more than anything, but, like, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to feed 999 gold scrolls, man. Hell no. Hey, man, don't take them away from me. That's a good update. And then in the last page of it, they kind of talked about feedback based upon last year's survey, and they're working on new stuff, and they made a big point of discussing feedback, which obviously, like, take it with a grain of salt, is a really good thing that they're bringing it up. But now it's like, as usual, actions speak louder than words. So it's a matter of actually implementing said changes and implement feedback and so on and so on. But it's a good to start the year off with that kind of a letter was actually really positive. Like, very, very good. So 2 thumbs up from me for sure.
Yeah, we'll see how it ends up going. And yeah, it is weird though, because the increasing period of trusty characters, it says it's only relating to PKA.
Yes.
Which I think it is concerning, because Treasure Map is the one that needs the most tinkering to its trusty character list, and they don't mention it here, so we'll have to wait and see. But it gets me excited for the future. Hopefully they continue to work on it and improve it. But we'll see, I guess.
I hope that, like, it's like the step to be like, okay, let's introduce it for PKA first, and then we'll introduce it for TM and Kazuna and so on and so on and so on. Hopefully that's how it's going to work.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I doubt it, because TM is like the cash cow at this point in time. Because I mean, like, look, man, are you really going to pull for the Kazunians to play Super Boss Kazuna? Fuck no. You know,
Hell
like,
no.
it doesn't matter. TM though, like, I'm always inclined to pull for the TM units because they make my life so much easier. In that kind of sense. But Kazuna, it's like, nah, fuck that. Like, I don't need that. I don't need that at all. Very cool. I guess last point of Treasure Cruise stuff before we get into everything. I put a little section in here for our hopes for 2025 in terms of OPTC. Just like a quick, like, round the grounds, I suppose. Like, what is everyone kind of hoping for? Or looking forward to, or like expecting, or you know what I mean? Like, in that kind of vein. Like, what do you want out of Treasure Cruise in 2025, I suppose?
Fix co-op quest. That shit's dog shit.
Facts. Yep.
I'm
What do you got,
gonna
Flame?
step away, but I'll say this really quick before
Yeah.
I go. I hope with the few months that they have, you know, to like stockpile and like create like really good ideas with the anime on hiatus and whatnot. I hope that later, maybe around the anniversary, moving, like, it should be a really big anniversary, considering they'll have a lot of stuff stockpiled.
Yep. I agree.
Hopefully bring more players in and bring more fun, creative ideas to the game, and stop limiting everything to pull or die.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I like that. I agree, 100%. Knight, what do you think?
I don't know. I think
Well, your hopes, I suppose.
maybe just yeah, of course. I think just like returning to. I'm not sure if Truckle is fun anymore. Like I feel like bringing back the fun aspect for it, because I feel like you guys right now is just log in, do dailies, and
Yep.
then it's just log out. Like,
Yeah.
give something so like for player like retention and whatnot. So
Yep.
outside of like, you know, TM Blitz. Well, I guess I don't really do Blitz, but like Kazuna, PKA, all that shit. Like, take out like the dog shit modes and then like bring something fun.
No,
I guess.
I think that's kind of what I'm in the same thing. It's like I don't know how they, like, what the answer is yet, but
Right.
there needs to be something that like keeps me to playing the game when there's nothing to do. Or like, for example, like once you hit 10 mil in TM, right? It's like a lot of players, including myself, stop. Once you
Right.
in regular Kazuna, you do your natural stamina and then you kind of stop. In like Blitz, you get the points and then you stop. PKA, you get the Chopper Man missions, then you stop. Like, in some sort of capacity, there needs to be something that I hope gets introduced that keeps me wanting to play the game when there's nothing like actively going on or whatever it is.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's like the thing is I've started just doing it myself, right? Where it's like I've been going through my character IDs and stuff and been like, oh, like what units am I missing? And a lot of them are like story mode, like regular ass units and whatever. And I've just been going and farming story mode again, just to get those units like drop, just to complete the character log, which is super boring, but it's like at least it's something to kind of do on the side.
We would like no life trying to get EXP for our accounts.
Oh man, that was the days, man.
Yeah.
Now it's like EXP is so useless, not because you have so much fucking schmeat going on. Like, you know, that's the reality of it.
It's funny when you see like players who are, I guess, not veterans, where they come in and they're like, "Oh, when are they gonna update the new story mode?"
I keep dreaming, mate. We've
It's
been
like,
saying
yeah,
this for years.
about
What's the Squid Game meme? It's like, I've been here before or whatever it is. Like,
I've played these games.
Before. That's it. Like, we've been there, man. Like, we've been around there, man. It sucks.
Someone actually funny. Someone actually posted like a tweet from the Treasure Cruise Twitter, and it was in 2021, and that was the last time that the story mode got updated for the Reverie. It's like, damn, dude, 2021, holy shit,
so long ago. So long ago.
I was gonna say I just got back. Honestly, I think something that would really fix it, like as generic as it is, bring back like just new challenging Garb challenges. I feel like
some sort of challenge mode needs to come in. That isn't like
that would
Grand
be
Voyage
really
level.
nice. I feel like.
I agree. I think bring damage ranking. Like, bro, damage ranking was fun as fuck, man. Like low key, that was cool as hell. Like trying to optimize your team and like. So, all like, as I've said in the past, like a puzzle mode where like they give you 6 units and drop you into a quest. And then like you have to kind of solve how to beat the quest with the units you have and the specials and the time limit and so on and so on. Like, there's a lot of really rewarding ways you could kind of make the game super fun. But I mean, hey, money's money, right? Alas, we look forward to the future of OPTC this year. And, you know, we will be here to report on everything that occurs in Treasure Cruise 2025.
The good and the bad.
The good and the bad. Probably a lot of the bad, and hopefully a lot more good this year, that's for sure. All right. Let's quickly do a roundup of the Game Awards. I think Flame had written down for us.
Yeah, because we talked about the nominees.
Yes. So we might as well go back through and look at the actual Game Award winners. I'm just loading up the website now. Did you guys end up watching it all? The Game Awards itself, or
yeah, I watched it.
Very cool. What did you think of the presentation as a whole?
Well, while you're while you're gathering your resources,
yes.
They had some pretty big reveals. The show started with the Witcher 4 reveal.
Okay, yep.
That was like, I mean, I liked it. It was a controversial reveal because people, as always, you know, people always have stuff to complain about.
Yep.
People were upset that the number one, that Ciri is the main character, which she's like a big character.
It's a woman, everyone. Oh my god, it's a woman.
And that she looks different, but she's just older, so they think she's ugly because she doesn't look like how she did in the third game.
You gotta remember, it was a cinematic trailer as well. Like,
yeah,
a little bit.
And even if you go back and like look at like The Witcher 3, like Geralt looks different in the CG trailers than he does in the game.
Yeah, 100%.
So, but you know, that's just stupid stuff. But it was just a cinematic trailer, so there's not really too much to comment on. But definitely exciting to see that, you know, that game's in full force production. Hopefully it's, you know, not another Cyberpunk. So we can't put too much faith in them until the game actually comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see with that. There were some other little reveals throughout the night. One really like crazy one for me was they just randomly showed fucking Okami 2.
That is nuts.
Okami came out in 2006, like on the PS2.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Like that shit was that was like really crazy. The other controversial game, I forgot what the name of it is, but it's the new Naughty Dog IP.
Oh, that one. Oh, what was the name of that one?
it's like I forgot what the name is, but it's like kind of like a retro. It's like a retro
I will
like
get it.
Miami like Vice like Miami Vice City type of thing like vibe. Um, that's another controversial one where
It's
people
called
were
Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet.
Jesus
yes
Christ, it's a mouthful.
people are very like weirded out by the main character choice. I
Again,
mean,
it was a CG trailer, so
yeah,
Is
CG.
it a woman?
Well, there was like a portion of that
a
was
clip
it
at the
said
end,
in-game
right?
footage, yeah. Which I mean, it did look really good,
It looked good.
but yeah, Naughty Dog's known for having really good stuff with
I was
that.
like, you can trust
That
them.
game, yeah, that game, like I'm sure it's gonna be good. That I'm not like as crazy about it as like those other people, but I do think that the main character choice is a little odd.
Mm,
We'll see though if the story pans out to be good, then who gives a shit. But we'll see when that does come out.
yep.
They also, well, not revealed, but they finally showed Borderlands 4.
Yep.
Um, that's coming out this year, so that's gonna be hopefully good because the third game was a train wreck.
No, yep, yep.
But yeah, other than that, as always, like 60% of those shows suck ass.
Mm-hmm.
But
Pretty much, yeah.
the big stuff was definitely good, at least for that show.
There you go. All right, let's
I
grind.
also had Night Rain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Elden
yeah,
Ring.
completely
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really really crazy because
That
that
was
was right after the
unexpected as
Witcher
fuck.
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently that so if you live under a rock,
Mm.
it's
Me for real.
it's a 3-player roguelike
I'm back in.
experience,
I'm locked back in.
but in Elden Ring.
Yeah, that's fucked, bro. It's so cool.
A weird fact about the game is it could be played with up to 3 players. However, you can't play with just 2 players. You can only play with one yourself or 3 people. There's no in
What?
between. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I don't get, but they basically said it's on a cycle of 3 nights. If there's actually bosses from other Souls series,
Right.
like which is really crazy. Like nothing will be crazier than just watching it and see the Nameless King. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Imagine
that was God
you
too.
drop in, go into the first area, Nameless King pull up, you got a dinky ass like dagger. Like, oh fuck, man,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah, so they just announced the open or not open, but the closed beta test. Like you could
Right.
have signed up for it. So I did that. If I get
Yep.
in,
That'll be
share the
sick.
goodies.
That'd be
I
sick.
signed up as well, so hopefully we can get in and test it out.
That'd be awesome.
Yes, sir. But
Cool.
yeah.
Sir.
Very fun. All right, let's grind through these. Best esports team, T1, makes sense. Best esports athlete, Faker, makes sense. Best esports game was League of Legends. It's funny. So I watched this guy named Northern Line, right? And he made this funny ass clip where he's just like, what the fuck is the point of those 3 categories where they just glaze League of Legends every year at the Game Awards? It's always a League of Legends team wins. It's always a League of Legends player that wins, and then it's always League of Legends that wins best esports game.
Until they don't, there'll come a time one year, right? Surely.
One day. Best content creator was Queso. Fair enough. Most anticipated game, GTA 6. Again, no shit.
Yeah.
Best adaptation was Fallout.
That was good.
Best multiplayer game was Helldivers 2. Interesting. What else we got here? Best sports / racing game was FIFA. You can lick my ballsack. FIFA's shit.
That's another one where FIFA wins pretty much
every
year.
time. Best sim / strategy was Frostpunk 2. Okay. Best family game was Astrobot. All right, start counting how many Astrobot wins.
The Astrobot Glaze is crazy.
Best fighting game was Tekken 8. Yeah, respect. Best RPG was Metaphor. Flame, thoughts?
I voted for Final Fantasy, but that's just because I was biased. But as like an actual RPG, yeah, sure.
Okay. Best action / adventure game, Astrobot. Here we go. Best action game was Black Myth Wukong. Hold that, Stellar Blade fans. Best VR was Batman Arkham Shadow. I didn't even know people still making VR games. It's fucking crazy, man. Best mobile game, Balatro. Let's fucking go, dude. We're in there.
Oh,
Actual good game, deserved. Best debut indie game, Balatro. Let's go. We're back, baby.
oh,
Best indie game, independent game. Sorry, is it Balatro? Let's fucking go, dude.
No way.
Best community support was Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, like, okay. Best ongoing was Helldivers 2. Okay. Some of these categories mean fucking nothing, man. Games for Impact was never. Yeah, never ask me again to vote for that. Innovation and accessibility, Prince of Persia. Yeah, all right, bet. Best performance was Milena Jorgensen from Hellblade 2. Okay. Very cool. Best audio design was Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Hold that, Astrobot. The best score of music. Okay, so here's what I don't understand. Best score of music went to Final Fantasy, right? How can the best score of music be one thing, but then best audio design is a different thing? Surely, like, they align very similarly in terms of their category. I get that they're different, but they also should align.
Technically different. Actually, it's
actually, you don't understand the sound physics, you fucking piece of shit. Okay, my fault. My fault, gang. Best art direction was Metaphor. Okay. Best narrative was Metaphor. Metaphor Glaze going crazy.
Oh.
Best game direction, Astrobot. All right, how?
Yes.
that one is a bit stupid.
That makes no. The game direction of Astrobot is you're Mario, but you're not Mario. Like, it's not. There's no fucking game direction. What are we smoking, man?
Yeah, imagine Super Mario Brothers winning best game direction.
People would
That doesn't
fucking
make
flip
sense.
out. You got fucking Black Myth Wukong, you got the Elden Ring DLC, you got Final Fantasy, you got Metaphor, you're gonna give it to Astrobot, you got Balatro. Balatro's fucking poker, so you've got game direction. Like, fucking hell, you know? What the fuck? And then Game of the Year was Astrobot. What do you guys, how are your thoughts on that?
Well, well, for Game of the Year at least, I'll just say for now.
Yeah, that's the only one that matters.
Astrobot, like, in general, as like a game overall, I definitely think was worth it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a really fucking good game. I didn't play it yet, but I know it is. I'm just happy Elden Ring didn't win, because fuck that. That was some bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, there definitely were some weird ones in there. But it could have been worse. Like, there were definitely worser years. But if Astrobot was the game to win, I'm not mad. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been worse, I suppose, but it's just very, very bizarre. Like, the glaze is crazy. Like, I feel like, did Sony like hand a couple racks to Jeff under the table?
Oh,
before
without
the
a
show or
shadow
some
of a
shit?
doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, he did. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Man? Of course he did.
Yeah,
It's
it was
just
kind of
so.
wild.
It's just so silly. I don't know. That's the
People
Game
will take it too
Awards.
seriously, though. I feel like people
Yeah, that
people
too.
take it like it's like the end of the world. Like, bro, just chill. Like, we
Shut
get
up.
it. It's
Shut
literally
up.
a show to just show a bunch of ads and like just show a few trailers. Like, you don't need to
The
get
thing
mad.
is,
Like,
it's so irrelevant. Like, at the end of the day, because the Game Awards is funded by the companies that make the games, the same way that the Oscars is funded by the production studios that make the movies. Like, it's obviously not like it's not unbiased. There's going to be bias. You saw how they did the voting. 90% of the votes were from the panel. The panel's
Yep.
made up of
Exactly.
game devs. Like,
Yeah.
you don't think the Sony game devs are like, I'm going to vote for Balatro. Nah, man, he's going to vote for Astrobot.
I know a lot of people are like giga triggered that Black Myth didn't win. But
Yeah.
like I said, to be fair, like when I played it, that game, like, there were a lot of things I had a problem with.
Yeah.
Like, I dropped playing the game. Like, that's like,
Mm.
there's probably not a lot of people like that. You know,
Yeah.
probably like a very small percent. But Astrobot's one of those games that, like, I'm sure it's like it's perfected. Like, that game's insane.
I think correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't like the dev team like hella upset as well or some shit about like them
Black
not
Myth?
winning? Like, they deserve to win. I think they were like tweeting about it or some shit. Like, they deserve to win as over like Astrobot, or they expected to win or something like that along those lines. And it's like, if that's the case, then honestly, like, deserve to not win. Because, like, fuck off, man. You don't deserve
Yeah,
shit. Like,
that's some
no one
bullshit.
deserves nothing in this world. Like, you know, like, if you didn't win, you didn't win. Keep making games, though, because Black Myth Wukong is a great start. And you made a lot of fucking money off that game, to say the least. So,
Yeah, it was literally the studio's first game.
yeah. And they fucking binked it. They made so much money. So, yeah, man, keep going.
Yeah.
Make a better
and they did-
game. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Make a better game.
Oh.
There's still
Oh,
one
that shit.
too.
Exactly. Okay. Probably to like the biggest thing that's going to release this year, the Switch 2. Oh baby.
That
Uh,
dude. So before like everyone goes in, dude, that whole
Yeah.
thing was such a shit show because
Yep.
It's
not
leaked.
only was the release date leaked, but we literally know every single thing about the console for like the last 3 months.
Yep.
Like that was honestly
The
the
worst kept
most
secret.
boring reveal. Yeah, the worst kept secret
Yeah.
and the most like uninspiring, boringest fucking reveal trailer I've ever seen in my life.
Bro,
Like,
that
I mean,
that magnetic little clip on the side of the Joy-Con, it's a wrap. That thing is. I'm gonna roll over on my
Yeah.
bed. Like my fat ass is gonna sit on my Switch. Boop, it's gone.
how many little kids gonna break that shit?
Literally within the first like week, they're gonna be holding it up, and then they're gonna hold it by the Joy-Con, and then like it's just gonna snap
Yeah.
easily. Like it's
I
so bad.
I will give Nintendo the benefit of the doubt because their
Yes,
stuff is
you
usually
always
pretty
do. It's
durable.
Nintendo.
Usually
Man.
they're alright.
Their stuff is really cracked in that regard.
But
So
bro,
I'll
I
give
used to
them the
throw my
benefit.
fucking DSi fucking around the room, man. I used to drop that shit on the side of my bed all the fucking time, and that shit still charged.
Bro, I
Like
literally used to just throw my Game Boy on the floor just to show it wouldn't break. That
And
shit
then-
that shit's unbreakable.
Yeah, like the 3DS, man, that shit was awesome. Now, like, I guess the first question is: are you guys buying it on release?
Nope.
I probably will. I'll try to.
Okay, Night.
I haven't seen the fucking games. I saw that there's that Mario. I have to wait to see these Switch.
Todd,
2
Mario
games.
Kart, Todd, Mario
And
Kart.
look, it does look like there is a new Mario Kart.
Yeah,
I'm holding
man.
out because
Yeah.
it could just be like DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It
You don't
could
see what
be.
Donkey Kong looks like doing that shit.
He
Yeah, no,
looks
that's
goofy,
insane. There
Why are you
there
looking
are
like
some-
that, man?
there are
that's the
some
thing, right? Like, that's the thing about this whole Switch thing is like, I haven't used my Switch in
Yeah,
like 2
man.
years.
Yeah, man. Me
Right.
too. Me too.
And I feel like getting a Switch 2, I don't think is gonna fix that problem. Like,
No.
unless if they have some cracked games that actually force me to play the Switch. Otherwise, if that game's on PC or if that game's on PlayStation, that's where I'm gonna play a game.
I think I'm playing games less and less now. Like I still like it, but I'm the exact same, right? Like I bought the Switch originally because I was like, I'm gonna play a fuck ton of games. Then I realized I was like, I don't really like looking at the small Switch screen, and I don't like putting it in the docking it and then
The dock,
playing it on my. I just didn't like the experience, and then maybe that's a me thing, obviously, but like I just didn't really enjoy it that much. And obviously, the Switch 2 has backwards compatibility, which is
It's
awesome.
fucking better.
Like it's really good that it does. Like, and that's probably going to be the bigger incentive. But the fact that the Switch 1 didn't decrease in price over its entire duration of its existence gets me
Yeah.
concerned that, like, the Switch 2 obviously is going to be the same. And it's like, you're just going to have to bite the bullet if you really want to buy one.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it did come out with the light though. If you want like a cheaper.
True. No,
alternative,
yes,
even
that's
though
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
It doesn't dock, which is dog shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you want it like the cheaper price and you want to like go with the small screen and
Mm.
shit, like it's a good incentive.
Yeah.
I
Like,
agree.
I've
Yeah.
only really used my Switch over the last few years for like Zelda, Mario Kart, and whenever a new Pokemon game comes out. That's basically all I use it for.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon machine for me.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's all I've ever
Yes,
used it
sir.
for.
A few things I wanted to comment on because we
go
like,
for it.
went into different combos. I was gonna say for me, there's been 2 games that I've been holding off on because we all knew the Switch 2 was coming out.
Yeah.
It's not like nobody knew, but I've been waiting to play Tears of the Kingdom and
Oh, yeah.
Xenoblade 3 DLC.
Yep. That
Like
makes
I
sense.
have both of them, I just haven't played them, and I was like, you know what? I'll
Switch
just
2.
play it when that comes out.
Yeah.
Another thing is apparently like this isn't confirmed. This is just
Yeah.
people talking shit. Apparently,
Oh.
I mean,
release.
you might cut out for a sec there. You might want to repeat that.
I think Flame's
Oh,
dying.
sorry.
He's back. He's back.
People are saying that the new Pokemon, RC is Z, whatever the fuck it's called, is coming out on release.
On
That would
Switch
be cool.
release.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
That would I would buy a console if it came with the game. I
Motherfucker.
reckon. I actually would.
And on a funny note, they said that's coming out, and then Red Dead Redemption 2, which came out in 2018.
Fucking
which,
hell,
that
man.
was that,
Fucking hell, man.
because that
No
would be
one
so
cares.
ridiculous.
Oh my god.
No one cares, dude. Bro said
That's
Red
such
Dead
a joke.
Redemption 2. Shut up.
Well,
Oh my god.
That's so brain dead.
Like-
You're fucking up again with your mic.
Flame's internet cut out on him because Nintendo pulled the plug on him. That's
think
why.
it's a
That
physical
sounds
issue.
While Flame looks to fix that, I think the trailer was cool. Obviously, I hate the fact that the selling points were we put the USB-C port at the top of the screen. We made a bigger kickstand. Like, fuck off, man. Like, that's it. That's
we
the
really
shit.
care about the internals. The internals have to perform
That's
better.
what I think. I think that will be not the make or break, but that'll be like the bigger selling point.
selling point.
Because like if the
Right.
internal spec sheet is kind of dookie, like it's just the same shit. We're just gonna have an underpowered console again and again and again. Like we can't keep doing it, man. We can't keep having these underpowered Nintendo consoles so my Pokemon game just look like fucking detritus. Like, you know, we can't do it anymore, man.
Even if Game Freak had the power of like a PS5 for
It
their
still
Pokemon
looks
games,
shit.
I
They'll
still
fuck it
feel
up
like it'd be
somehow.
pretty bad.
It's still
Yeah.
fucking up somehow, man. Like
Honestly,
it's so
though,
bad.
this is probably a hot take with Pokemon. I've had this opinion for a very long time,
Yeah.
but I wish that they just stayed like with sprites. And, the
I
more
think
retro looking.
I agree with you more than ever now. Like I still
Those games
haven't.
would be so cracked.
What was the newest one? Not Sword and Shield. Fucking
Scarlet and
I
Violet.
still haven't.
Violet.
I still haven't finished Scarlet and Violet. I think I got up to like the 3rd or 4th gym and I just stopped playing it because like that shit sucked and I hate looking at the game screen because it looks horrible at all times.
It looks horrific, yeah.
like, and it's so annoying to go from Legends Arceus, which arguably might be up there with like one of my favorite Pokemon games of all time, to going to that is like we got the A team and the B team. You got the C team fucking working on Scarlet and Violet, dude.
Yeah.
Not good.
I'm back, but on the
He's back.
shittier mic.
He's back on the
But-
phone mic. Here we go.
But yeah, no, I want to say like people need to like cut the shit. Like the PS4, like saying that it's like the same like hardware as like the base PS4. Like dude, that's super ass. Like the PS4 came out in 2013.
There's
like,
no
let's be serious
excuse.
here.
There's no excuse.
Like there are Nintendo games that do end up just looking really good. Like the Mario games and like Mario Kart. Like they just look like the best game ever made. But yeah, it's like obviously it's gonna be an upgrade like for a lot of those game series.
You fucking hope
But
so, man. You fucking hope so.
Yeah, it's still super shitty though.
I have
And they
like,
also
I was
I
gonna-
was gonna
continue.
quickly say I have like all those leaks that came out, they're probably all true about like,
Yeah.
the hardware and whatever.
Yeah.
They said that there's no like I think they said there's no difference between playing docked and on the screen or like
What?
undocked. I did see something like that. That's
What?
crazy.
That's
That's
fucked.
crazy.
That's
Right.
good or
fucked.
bad, depending on how that goes. Yeah.
That's so bad.
Well,
Oh,
what
but
I was
yeah.
gonna say, I was gonna play like devil's advocate with
Mm.
like the fact that the hardware is not good. The fact that it's like lower level hardware does keep the price down compared to the other competitors
Fair.
in the
That's fair.
console market, which it makes it better for like parents are more likely to go out of their way to
yes.
buy their kids a Switch compared to like a PS5, for example, or a PC. So I get it, but still, you're right. Like hardware from 2013 in 2025, like come on, bro, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, like if we're talking about like kids and like the parents buying them the console, like sure,
Yeah.
whatever.
Perfect. Yeah.
But for like other people that actually play games and like put money out for it, like yeah, it's some bullshit.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play Cyberpunk on the Switch.
But it's like
That's crazy.
but it's like version 1.0 without any of the patches as well
Yeah.
because
Oh,
it can't
no.
run with the patches. What are your thoughts on the whole like the Joy-Con can be used as a mouse allegations?
That's kind of interesting. That's one of those things where I feel like it's cool, but like, when am I using that?
That's what I mean. Like, fucking, shut up. Like, what the fuck, man? Use that as a mouse, bro. Shut. It'd be like 20 Mario Party mini games that utilize it, and then after that, it's like, I'm not doing that shit, man. Give me out of these
Who
motion
asked for it
controls.
to use their Joy-Con as a mouse? Like, seriously.
Like, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Like, Nintendo needs to do. I'm getting old. Nintendo needs to do some hot shit. You know.
Nintendo's about to hype up being able to go like on internet browser on the Switch.
Like,
so
you
they
can
made the
you can
mouse.
go you can use Google with a mouse. What, dude? Hell yeah, man. Oh my god. Okay.
You know what's actually one thing that I'm
yeah.
kind of surprised Nintendo hasn't dabbled in is like the VR space. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done that.
I think the Japanese are too scared to jump into that because it's not there's no confirmed money involved.
I suppose that's a good point. Like when you think of like the companies doing the VR tech, I mean technically Sony does it and they're a Japanese company, but
Good point.
yeah, I don't know.
Actually, with the mouse, you could be kind of cracked on like FPS games on
Oh,
Switch.
you
like,
start
play
playing like
Fortnite.
Black
Ops
Ops
6 on the Nintendo Switch. Let's go.
And then you turn off
That
cross
on the Switch is a new thing.
turn off cross compatibility, turn off cross platforms. You're just playing on the
Let's
fucking
go.
Switch. you're gonna hop on Fortnite and start building a tower in like 30 seconds. Cook some fucking like a 14-year-old
That's
kid.
true,
Like
yeah.
get dusted, yon. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so good, man. Oh,
That's terrible.
okay. I guess a few quick ones. Anyone care about the TikTok ban?
Apparently, I saw some shit today that the Supreme Court upheld it.
Why?
And unless someone buys it, it's done on Sunday. Apparently,
Good. Fuck it. Get that shit
I
out
feel
of
like
here.
that's one of those things. Like I'm not gonna believe it until it's gone.
I think the way that's meant to work is like it's just being removed from the app store. So technically, if you still have the app on your device, you can still use it so long as functionality's enabled. It's like Flappy Bird, right? It's like when Flappy Bird got removed. If you still had the game on your phone or your iPod, like it still worked or whatever it is. But then they're just gonna not look after it.
I
think
saw an
TikTok
article that said that they like even if you have the app, you're like fucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's a little different than Flappy Bird because
Ah.
TikTok is like a more online social platform,
Mm.
which requires internet connection versus Flappy Bird, which doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
that
like
makes
I feel
sense.
like if it does get banned, like either like you go on and like it's just black screens, or like it'll just go on and say like log in. Like that's what I think is gonna happen.
Good, honestly, fucking good riddance. Also, like people being like, "Oh, it's so bad." It's like, bruv, Instagram Reels right there. Like people be using that shit for. So I use Instagram Reels all the time. YouTube Shorts, right? It's all nothing changed.
I do think that YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels are like basically the same thing. However,
getting
I will
better.
say that literally they're like for the most part they're all just ripped from TikTok.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I mean, for me, like I'm a little sad because I do like just scrolling on TikTok. But I mean, I guess for the reasons that they want to ban it, like cool, whatever.
I mean, the
I
Chinese
don't know.
government.
We'll see.
The Chinese
Chinese
government already
spyware, bro.
took. Yeah, but it already took all the fucking all
It's
the
all right,
information
bro.
anyway.
I play. We already play Chinese games, Japanese games.
Yeah, man. How many Chinese One Piece game? Chinese fucking One Piece Ambition, One Piece Dream Pointer, One Piece. All these Chinese fighting part, man. Fucking, you know. And then there's also like that new app that came out, or not came out, but it was like a Red Note or some shit, like
Halo or some shit. Yeah.
No one uses that.
Like, that's like the Chinese and the new TikTok from China that like all these Americans have just started hopping onto, which has been hilarious to see. We'll see.
It's kind of whatever. But
yeah.
You go.
I was gonna say, I just hope like I'm the same as Flam. Like I believe it when it actually like gets removed and like there's an official like this has been removed. You know, until then it's like speculation.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have like the thinking of like, oh, like, you know, it's whatever, you know, I'll just move on to the next thing. But you gotta think, like, TikTok is a huge ass platform with millions of people on it.
Yeah.
Like that's a big chunk of like social media market share that's gonna be kind of like deleted, I guess, in a way.
Point. Yeah.
Like it just means that like these other competitors are gonna be trying to like up their game to get these people on it. And I do think like I use YouTube Shorts all the time. I'm always scrolling through YouTube, and
Yeah.
YouTube Shorts is really good. And I don't use Instagram, but I assume Instagram Reels is pretty good.
Man, Instagram Reels,
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
a big
good.
thing. I think if someone does end up buying it in like the next 48 hours, it's going to be a big profit for them. Whoever
100%.
ends up
Yeah.
buying it.
It's also gonna be
So we'll see.
so much
I know. I saw Mr. Beast was trying to buy it. Apparently.
Fuck, he's
I saw
he's
that.
such a fucking weird guy, man. I hope he
The only
loses
thing
like
I
$1 billion.
feel- Yeah, fuck him. The only thing I feel bad about is like people who like become like full time like TikTokers and shit, like YouTube, like say
Yeah.
someone deleted YouTube, like that
That's
shit got me.
fucked,
That'd
yeah.
be fucked. That'd be fucked. So
That's kind of like what
like,
happened
it's
with
like the same
Vine.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, Vaughn was
Like
Yeah.
Vine was like massive
Yeah,
back
that's
in the
what happened with
day.
Vine. Yeah.
Yeah, like all these like creators on it, and like they kept asking the creators of Vine, like, "Hey, we want to be paid for like all the work that we're doing," and they're like, "Nope," and like, "Okay, see ya," and then Vine shut
Well,
down.
I
It was
would
more
assume,
convoluted than that.
I would assume similar to Vine that because like when Vine shut down, like they literally all just became YouTubers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they'll either become YouTubers or on Instagram because I think you can get paid on Instagram now.
Yeah, you get paid on anything, bro. You get
Yeah,
paid on
boys.
fucking
Yeah,
Twitter,
so-
man.
So I'm sure they'll just move over to whatever.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
That's what'll happen.
You get paid on some bullshit, man. Sorry, hella random, but I've just noticed that like you can go on Twitter and look, and you can use Grok to get a profile summary of some bullshit. So I just did it for myself, mate. And it says, Captain Poppy, the OPTC sage who knows numbers better than anyone, and commentator with a knack for game analysis, and a host of Good Great Perfect who's candid about his mental health journey, inspiring others to protect their peace.
What?
Captain Poppy's been diving into One Piece updates, sharing new character reveals and game events, while also engaging with the community. The community celebrates Captain Poppy for his birthday wishes, podcast contributions, and generous gift subs. What the fuck?
Oh my
What?
god.
That's insane. That's crazy.
I want to go. Sorry, complete fucking derail. I want to go look at Todd's now. Let me see. You gotta grok it up. Grok it up.
That's crazy.
Toadski is a passionate One Piece fan and content creator streaming on Twitch and YouTube who's deeply engaged with the games community, especially during events like Super Sugar Fest for New Year's. He's a Cleveland Brown supporter, adding a unique sports angle to his content, and he's not shy about sharing his opinions on game updates and character releases.
Oh my god.
This is way too accurate. What the
Toadski's
hell?
been diving into One Piece card game, sharing unboxing experiences and discussing game updates while also venting about tough bosses and game mechanics.
Oh, that's fucking insane.
The community celebrates Toski's involvement, from Carissa joking about him being her nurse to Mean Machine marveling at his game luck.
Mean Machine? That's crazy.
Goat.
Oh my god. Dude.
That's so fucking good, dude.
That's
Holy
peak.
shit.
Oh, hold on. I gotta run.
It's
I gotta
so
run
good.
the whole crew now. Hold on. Here we go. Night. Jordan. Oh,
Oh,
damn.
God.
Jordan, aka Nightmare. And then raw straight into it. What the fuck? Aka Nightmare JV is a passionate One Piece fan who celebrates epic chapters and film releases, showing his deep connection to the series' lore and characters. They've been discussing Pokemon, Digimon, and food mishaps while engaging in playful banter. Ooh. The community celebrates Nightmare JP's birthday with enthusiasm, with Toadski and Captain Poppy giving special shout-outs. Okay. I gotta do the old Vil.
Well, look up Flameview. To see
I
what
don't
comes
have.
up.
There's no Grok profiling on the Villanueva account. Hold on, let me see.
Oh.
You don't have the Flamebeast account anymore, right?
Nah, I just
Nah,
changed
bitch,
the
you ain't got
username.
enough followers for that. Hold that. Hold tight, man.
Riff.
Hold tight, man. You ain't getting no summary. Damn, Grok kind of.
Riff.
That's kind of scary.
Damn.
I'm kind of scared, bro. That's fucked. That's kind of fucked. Sorry for the derail. That's cooked, man. What the hell? Grok AI
Interesting.
summary. Can't wait for that to be one of the fucking.
Look up the podcast.
Oh, here we go. That's actually a good idea. Do we get one? We do get one. Good Grape, dive into the world of One Piece Treasure Cruise with Good Grape Perfect. The cruise celebrating over 4 years. That's actually 5 years, you piece of shit. And 100 episodes of insightful and entertaining talk on gacha games, complete with live Q&A sessions and annual OPTC awards. Damn!
Damn.
They've been
bro.
hosting the OPTC awards, engaging fans with episode releases and seeking questions for their comeback in 2025. Yes, sir. The community has shown
Wow.
enthusiasm for OPTC, with Toski frequently announcing new episodes and Captain Papi expressing gratitude for the support, highlighting the podcast's growth and popularity. GGP is back for 2025 dash. Damn, okay.
Let's go. W promo.
Shout out Grok, man. Hold tight, Grokkers, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the Grok Lord right there, you know? Fucking hell. Okay. Quick NFL session, Todd and Flame. NFL player predictions and wildcard weekend thoughts. What's the vibe?
I cannot wait for the Sunday night game.
Yeah, this weekend for our NFL people in the chat, we got some good games. Tomorrow's Chiefs. Chiefs. What is it?
Texans.
Chiefs. Yeah, Chiefs, Texans, and the Commanders and the Lions. Right.
Yeah, that'll be a good game too. Actually, I'm not really that phased about the Chiefs Texans game.
I think that's gonna go either one or two ways. That either the Chiefs are just gonna roll them, or it can be like a back and forth. But I'm pretty sure the Chiefs will win. The Commanders Lions game could be interesting because I still think like more than half of the Lions defense is hurt.
Yeah, they are.
But the Lions have
Yeah,
just been rolling
really
everybody. But yeah, like you were saying, the big game is definitely Sunday. The Bills Ravens. That's gonna be a very toxic
And
game.
it's gonna be like fucking freezing and ton of snow. It's gonna be a crazy game.
Where is it? Is it in New York or Baltimore?
It's in New York.
Oh God, yeah. So that's gonna be crazy. As far as the wild card, I feel like most of those games were pretty predictable, except for the Vikings, like completely just
That was
bombing it.
insane. Like Sam Darnold literally just did not show up. Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah,
I was watching that game and I just couldn't believe it. Like, he was just playing like absolute dog shit. It was
Yeah, that was
insane.
probably just the moment was too big for him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah, the wild card was kind of like there wasn't like anything too noteworthy. Like the one game that I really didn't know where to go was Commanders and Buccaneers. Like either one of them could have definitely won it, and if it wasn't for Baker Mayfield literally fumbling the ball at like the 20-yard line, to
Yeah,
literally give them the win.
yeah, that was definitely the best game of the wild card. And
Yeah.
yeah, because if he didn't do that, the Bucks would have probably won that game.
Yeah, probably.
So, pretty crazy and typical for Baker, I guess, to fuck shit up. Two other things that I thought about while we were this is unrelated to NFL. Two other things that I thought about that I feel like I should have added to my little list. Not to like super deep dive into them, but the Dokkan 10th anniversary will either be live or we'll definitely know the characters by the next episode. So I definitely think it's worth doing a little speculating.
Absolutely. No, we'll chat about that for sure. Absolutely.
And a very quick side note for me, because I think I played this while we were on break from GGP, but there is a very good game that was like $5, I think. It came out like in December. It's called Me-Side, I believe. That game is really, really interesting.
Okay.
It's like a 6 hour game.
Oh yeah.
Don't want to give too much spoilers about it because it kind of ruins it. But if you got some time and got like $5-10, you should check it out.
Okay, what kind of game is it?
Okay.
It is. It's not really like a visual novel, but it's like I read the description of it, and I kind of thought it was interesting. It's like some dude's playing like this game on his phone. It's like a little anime girl like in the game, and the guy ends up getting like sucked into the game, like from his phone.
Some isekai shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like an isekai, and like the girl, it's like in the video game world, like she's supposed to be like super nice and like whatever, but then like as like you're in the game, like some like weird shit starts happening.
Ooh.
And like it gets like kind of creepy.
Okay.
That's a very vanilla description of what actually happens.
Keep it clean like that. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I like it.
But yeah, Dokkan 10th Annie, bro.
Damn.
Todd, you still going deep on Dokkan?
I mainly am just like logging in every day around this time. I have been keeping up to date with Dokkan in terms of like what's happening and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It should be pretty cool. They're having a stream tomorrow, I believe, which is like the anniversary countdown stuff. So I don't think they're gonna reveal anything. They might hint towards something, but probably just some like
Yeah,
campaigns and stuff.
Dokkan's definitely been like pretty ass like the last couple of weeks, like literally nothing to do other than like
Yeah.
CCAs. But that's normal for like right before Annie. I mean, it's most likely going to be like some version of Gogeta and Vegito. I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
What were the last couple years? Because I have like all this.
Well,
I have like an image of the Dokkan Annies up until the 7th.
Okay, well, I can pretty much go through it. Last year was like the super units, like Beast Gohan, Piccolo, whatever.
Oh, okay.
8th anniversary was the really weird one. That was the Boo
Spirit Bomb
Duo
one?
and the Spirit Bomb units. The 7th anniversary was the LR Gods and LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. The 6th Annie was the Evolution Blue Vegeta and the UI Goku. The 5th Annie was the Blue Vegito and Blue Gogeta. 4th Annie was the Super Saiyan 4s. 3rd Annie was the first LR Vegito and Gogeta, the fusing units. The 2nd Annie, I believe, was the OG Super Saiyan 4s.
Yep.
And the 1st anniversary was, I believe, Gogeta and Janemba.
Oh, this guy's fuck. He got all of them. He knows too much. He knows too much. He's so locked in.
I know my Dokkan.
He's so locked in. Hell yeah.
So
man.
yeah, I mean, I definitely not a spoiler. It's definitely gonna have Goku or Vegeta in it, but
has to. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like some form of a Gogeta and Vegito. I think like a really crazy unit. I don't think they would do it because I feel like this is like the EOS unit, like a tag team like Gogeta and Vegito unit. But I don't think they would do that. I feel like that's EOS. Like that's what it's all over.
Yeah, I think the fusions make the most sense because like everyone fucking loves the fusions. Like, it depends, right? So what kind, like which Gogeta, which Vegito though?
Yeah, it's just like it's a part of the problem that like they've already like used literally every animation that those characters have been in. The only one I could think of, like maybe give us like a base Super Vegito LR. I don't think that's a thing.
No, I don't think so.
But
we the only base Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta we've had is like the free to play one.
Yeah, like they can do that as well.
They could definitely do a blue Vegito. And then blue Gogeta potentially.
Don't count out GT Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I don't think there's a base LR as well.
It's a good point. Gogeta like is so popular, especially Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if they do Buu Saga like Vegito, at this point, just give us the LR Kid Buu, like.
Yeah,
please.
Them like a
please, God. Yeah, Poppy, like that. Kid Buu from Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah.
So, like, how he's like literally like one of the 3 biggest villains in the series.
Yep.
He does have LR.
What?
Yeah, in the 10 years of the
game, 10 years,
never had an LR. They've literally given LR to like everyone else except for Kid Buu, pretty much.
No, there's LR they got 40. There's LR Majin Buu.
They got 45 Gokus. 45 LR Gokus, man. They got
Cell's got a bunch. Frieza's got a few. Like, but no,
there's no
Kid
There's
Buu.
no reason. Another crazy thing is Go Tanks literally just got an LR like 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Go Tanks is like literally like one of the biggest characters in Dragon Ball.
I was lucky enough to pull that Go Tanks as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that Go Tanks is cracked.
They just released the Daima units on I was gonna say global on Dokkan. Maybe I don't think they would do Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. That I think that would be like weird.
That would be odd. Yeah, I can't see that. I mean, I
So
can see
yeah,
Daima coming out like eventually, but for the Annie, I feel like they got to do something a little bigger than Daima.
yeah, especially because the 10th Annie, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like some version of fusion spanned for both parts, I believe.
Hmm.
And what's going to be really
So-
crazy is this year we should be getting the 7th anniversary EZAs,
Oh yeah, that'd be kind
So-
of big.
and we might also potentially be getting the Int Goku and AGL Frieza EZAs from the Worldwide Download Celebration, because they were
Mm.
actually supposed to come out, but they skipped them for some reason. Like they were supposed to come out during the Worldwide Download Celebration.
Well, that's odd.
Yeah, it's the first time they ever did that. They just didn't come out.
Mm.
So,
So it'd be cool. So for the 10th anniversary, it'd be cool if it was like a Vegito and a Gogeta, and then a part 2 potentially, where they do Kid Buu and like maybe a Janemba or something like that. That'd be pretty neat.
that would be cool, but I don't think that they would headline those two as
Probably
like a whole part.
Probably not. But
um
I feel like, yeah, I
I-
mean, Kid Buu, like that has to happen at some point, right?
yeah. Honestly, at this point, fuck it, just drop the fusions and then drop him as like a yellow LR.
Do you think they'll
Um,
do like any new mechanics? Do they
Well-
typically do like new mechanics for the anniversary?
Well, I was about to say that I don't remember if I talked about it last time, but they had a Dokkan stream like maybe a few weeks back, and they did announce like an overhaul of updates.
Oh yeah,
to like the
that was sick.
to like the UI,
Mm.
to like very generic battle animations from like 2016. So it does seem like that this 10th anniversary update should be pretty significant, even if like the things aren't like too crazy. Like they are changing pretty significant things that should have been updated a long time ago. So with anniversary units, there usually is new mechanics. So I would imagine we could potentially see something new. But we'll see. We'll probably find out within like the next week and a half. Definitely by the next
podcast.
GGP episode. Yeah, I think the next episode should probably air like right around when it drops, like the actual
Yeah, this
event.
episode
I know.
we
Yeah.
release like the 19th, 20th, then would film again at the end of January, start of Feb. It's like 31st or
Yeah, the
1st.
anniversary
It should be
for
out.
Dokkan, it's usually like the 28th, 29th.
Yeah,
30th.
so we'll film like just like a couple days. Generally, we'll film a couple days after it's released. So that'd be really good to chat about that as a comparative point.
But my predictions, some version of Vegeta and Gogeta.
There you go. Todd?
Yeah.
Same thing?
I think that makes the most sense. I think I could also see them doing like a Goku and a Vegeta, just not even fusions, but fusions make the most sense. Like everyone loves the fusion, so that would be the most likely scenario. And I think the second most likely would be just Goku on one part and then like Vegeta on the other side of the banner. But
Perfect.
in that, it has to be something like that.
Yep.
It always
Awesome.
is.
All right. Last section before we get into everything else. The TCG Corner is back, everyone, for another
Let's
year.
go.
New and improved.
We're back.
I guess we'll start off with the usual suspects. Anything happening in the One Piece TCG?
They so OP.09 is out in English. We opened our case. We got some cool cards.
Very
Any
cool.
mangas?
No, unfortunately.
Oof.
Our case was kind of bad. So out of a case, you get 4 leader cards out of the 6,
Yep.
and out of the 4 leaders that we got, like 3 of them are like the 3 worst ones. So we
Oh,
only really
great.
got 1
Oh,
leader that was actually
man.
good.
Great.
But we got the Shanks leader, which Carissa wanted, so that's cool for her. I wanted the Blackbeard leader, but we didn't get that. But I've got my Blackbeard deck built. She's got a Shanks deck built,
Nice.
and that's going all well. And on the Japanese side, like OP10 is out, and it's got some interesting cards, but it doesn't really shift the meta that much. It's more of just like more of a support kind of set, which gives
Okay.
like subsidiary support to some other decks. But OP11 has been starting to be teased now,
Jesus.
and it brings out some very interesting cards. There's a brand new Snake Man Luffy leader. It's like some Whole Cake Island shit. So it's gonna be looking like it's gonna be like a Snake Man leader and a Katakuri leader potentially. So I'll be all eyes and ears looking into that.
Ready to go for that one.
But the Snake Man looks incredibly strong. He's going to be a very, very good leader and has great synergy. His colors are blue and purple. He has good synergy with the withstanding purple Straw Hat cards that are already in the game right now. So he's going to be a pretty nasty leader. I think he's going to be definitely meta when he drops. So we'll wait and see what else they have in the set. But it's looking pretty good so far. But One Piece card game's in a really good spot right now.
That's good. Is there any like tournaments or like things that you're participating in or looking forward to or anything of the sort?
Not right now. When they announce the next wave of signups for events, I will definitely be looking into it for like regionals and treasure cups and stuff like that. As for right now, nothing really happening, unfortunately. But yeah, they recently had the national championships in Orlando.
Oh yeah.
And then they had the national championship in Mexico City, I believe.
Okay.
And I think some people from the US went down to Mexico to compete in their nationals, and like I think a US player won it.
Oh shit. There you go.
Oh, let's go.
But it's pretty cool. Doflamingo is still the best deck, Blue Doflamingo, and then like there's like 3 decks that are like competing for like that second spot pretty much.
Okay.
But pretty much unanimously, Dofi is like the best deck right now. He was the best deck in OP08, and he is gonna be the best deck in OP10 when that comes out. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a ban list that comes soon because Doflamingo is a little too strong.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, how's the like, is there like a lot of flexibility in terms of like viable decks, or is everyone just running the same stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there's actually a lot of decks that are quite good, but it's just like Doflamingo is number 1, and then there's like a ton of decks like right under that.
Right. Okay.
So and it's kind of weird too, because like Blackbeard comes out in set 9. He's out right now. He's okay, but he's a little too slow. But what happens is in OP10, that's like more of a support set. Blackbeard receives some really, really good cards in OP10, and he becomes pretty much the outright like second or third best deck in the format. So he's going to be an interesting one because he has such a unique leader effect, which can like negate your opponent's effects from activating. And it kind of comes down to like, if your deck can compete and like consistently go against Blackbeard, then it's gonna have a shot at being a good deck. If like he's kind of like a gatekeeper almost.
Right. Okay.
He's a really interesting deck and very different play style to the other black decks that we have in the format. So he's really, really cool. And that's why I wanted to play him. But yeah, it's a healthy format. There's lots of decks that are
That's
competitively
really
viable. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. In the Digimon space, Knight, any updates from you?
I think last time I was on, it was like the day before or some shit that I played, but that was like the last time that I played, and I just played with the deck that I recently got, and you know, we didn't go positive, but you know, we played, and
making strides.
I was just like getting to learn it, yeah. So now next time that I play, you know, we'll bring back the W. We'll get our name on the wall. You know?
Hell yeah.
And then I guess finally, in Pokemon, I put TCG, like I wrote Pokemon TCG Pokemon, which is just fucking brain dead. Pokemon TCG Pocket, and then also the regular Mon card. Anything happening in that space?
Well, in TCG Pocket, nothing really has been happening since we've been gone. They just kind of announced the details for the trading that they're going to be adding.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of sucks ass because they basically said that the cards are limited to like which rarities can be traded, and they also requires an item, I believe, to be traded. Which, you know, typical gacha bullshit.
Yeah, of course.
But there should probably be more to talk about with TCG Pocket next episode, because by then I think the new expansion and the update should be out by then, so we can get a little bit more into that then. But the thing to talk about in this week's episode is Prismatic Evolutions.
Oh yes,
the drama.
Or Terrestrial Festival and the JP side of things.
Or traumatic evolutions.
So, yeah.
Talk to me about it. What happened?
The English set just released today, actually, and we got some boxes we're gonna open up in a couple minutes. But It's pretty crazy. Typical with a lot of card games and Pokemon specifically. Scalpers just ruining everything. This is one of the special sets where in a regular set it has like a booster box and like whatever other promotional products they
Yeah,
release with it.
yep.
But for these special sets, they usually only release like ETBs, which
Right,
is like
okay.
trainer boxes. They have like promo cards, and it comes with like lesser packs. Comes with like 9-10 packs. For the special sets, this is one of them. There is a big chase card in this set. It's an Umbreon card, and it kind of has like a sun background. The prices for the card are like ridiculous, like
Jesus
2, 3,
Christ.
4K.
Jesus Christ.
They should retrace. There ain't no way this is gonna stay at like a $3,000 card right now.
Yeah.
Like it is insane to me how expensive this is right now. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I will while we're chatting, maybe Todd wants to add some stuff. While he's doing that, I'll post this so you can take a look at some of the cards in the set.
Yeah, okay. But damn, man.
So I have an article up here right now which kind of talks about the pull rates
go for
that
it.
people have at the moment.
Yeah.
So this is based on TCG Player opening up 1,200 booster packs. So it's not the largest sample size, but it's a pretty significant
That's a lot of fucking
size.
cards. Sorry, a lot of packs still, like regardless.
It is.
Right?
So they say that 1 in 45 packs, you're going to get a special illustration rare. So special illustration rare is like the big hits. Like they're like the alternate art cards of the Pokemon.
Right, okay.
And apparently that is twice as easy to pull compared to the last 4 sets.
Right.
So usually it would be 1 in every 85 to 90 packs. So
Okay.
it's a little bit more significant this time around. And I guess that makes sense considering it's a specialty set. You want it to be easier to get like the big cards. And there are more special illustration rares compared to normal sets.
Yeah.
So there's more of them, but you can get them a little easier. It says that there are 32 special illustration rares. So if you do the math on that, according to the pull rates based on TCG Player, the chance to get any one specific special illustration rare is 1 in every 1,440 packs.
That makes sense because it'd be like one in what was it? 1 in 45 multiplied by 1 in 32 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's actually fucking cooked.
It means technically, like using these pull rates to get 1 of every special illustration rare, you would open up 1,440 packs.
No, that's fucked.
It's probably, and it definitely would be worse than that too. I feel like so. But obviously, the chase card is the Umbreon. But all the evolutions, the special illustrations,
so
because there's all of them. All of the evolutions have special illustration rares. It's crazy. I actually want to go to eBay right now and go to sold listings and just see what they're going for right now.
I clicked on the.
Oh my god,
they're so expensive, man.
2,000 sold, 1,800 sold, 1,400 sold, 1,850, 1,800.
Why?
People are actually buying them at these prices. It is insane.
All right, so if you guys come over to the chat, we're gonna do a little box opening.
Okay, hold
let's
on.
fucking go.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can record this as well. You keep going though. If we record, we record. It doesn't matter. Let me see here.
So I can pull up my thing and record it.
Yeah, these are the sleeves. I don't know if y'all fuck with them. Fucking with them.
Yeah.
All right, this is the promo card for the set. This little Eevee right here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got 3 boxes, so we got 3 of these. So sell these for like $1,000.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Imagine.
Well, there are different types of elite trainer boxes as well, because if you pre-order the ones from the Pokemon Center, those ones have stamped promos in them, and they go for more. Yeah,
so the Pokemon Center one, Poppy, it's the same exact card, but it has a little logo right here.
Yeah, see, I have these 2017 or 2017 Sabo or Pikachu Pokemon Center ones from Japan. I think each one of them is going for like $300 or some shit.
So these, I'm like, these cards, these packs feel pretty thick.
I think I got
Man's gonna get a God pack.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that would be crazy. When I bought this,
crease?
Is it misprint
resealed?
Misprint resealed? Oh shit.
Well, what I was gonna say is when I bought these, I literally saw them open the box for the case. I went to like an actual card shop.
I just want to also, before you continue, as you keep opening stuff, For those that are audio only, there should be, if you go to the YouTube channel, Flame, I have it recording now, so we'll be able to see Flame crack open a couple of packs while we kind of end the podcast out as well. So for those that are audio only, it'll be available on YouTube. Anyway, sorry, continue.
So yeah, I saw them open up the case and they were trying to give me like a random standby box, but I was like, you know what? I was like, can you switch this one out with one of those ones they just took from the case?
That's true.
I was like, let me just play my card safe.
Is weighing packs still a thing for Pokemon?
I think so.
Damn.
I think you can do it, but it's a lot more difficult.
Yeah, it's not like the old days.
Yep.
I was gonna say for these boxes, I know in the Japanese boxes you're guaranteed one like alternate art.
Right.
I don't know about these ones though.
Okay.
I don't think you are.
I don't know if it's just random packs or like what we're doing, but all right, let's.
As Flame is cracking, I'll quickly do the in other news stuff as well. We had the 14.2.4 update version announced for OPTC. That is going to bring in a new way to like back up the game with like some Bandai Namco ID stuff, which I don't know how that's going to function, but that's going to be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you don't need to do the card trick with
these,
by the way.
Oh, we don't?
Yeah, the newer packs that they've been doing, they do it for you.
Okay. Yeah, that's why he's starting off with
so this might be the card right
here.
That's
the hit from the pack. There you go.
That might be the hit. All right, let's.
So there's that. There you go. Code card for anyone that wants on the screen before Flame takes himself. And then there is as we mentioned before earlier, the Perona skulls will be coming out in the coming Kizuna, which I believe will be when this episode releases as well. So look forward to that. And then as Flame has continued to open up his cards as well, I want to give a massive shout out to our members, our YouTube members who have continued to support us while we've been on break. Really appreciate your guys' support. A massive shout out to our GGP producer, still going strong for 2025, Alexander Wisniewski, and our good members of Stump, Red Halo, Dr. E Recshin, Wankafella, Mike Schallo, Derry Jackson, Kiri Karasu, and Obsidian Steed 117. Thank you guys for the continued support. We do greatly appreciate that.
Boys and gals.
Thank you.
And then from that into everyone's favorite section, it is the Q&A.
Q&A.
If you have any questions, you can send them through to us via our Twitter at GGP Podcast or our YouTube community tab. Only a couple questions, which kind of lines up well since this episode has gone well over our general duration of time. First question comes in from Alex himself, and he asks, if your country had the ability to annex any other country, which country would you want it to be? Jesus.
Oh my God.
I wonder why this got brought up.
Great question, honestly. Honestly, get the Americans out of Australia, man. Fuck them. Get them out of here. I don't want them. Get the New Zealanders out of Australia. Nice whimsical holiday.
Okay. Yeah.
Wimmy.
They're just fake Australians.
They're fake Australians, it's facts. Anyone else want to bite at that? Or
That's good. Nah, I'm good.
I'll hold the L. Next question from Wow Juju, which I think is Mr. J. He asks, what podcasts do you guys listen to, if any? Any podcasts you guys listen to, other than obviously the GGP podcasts?
Crash Dummies.
Crash Dummies? Nice. What's that one about?
House in the Nightcap.
It's a comedy podcast.
Oh, yep.
Like I found them on TikTok, and I've been watching them for a minute. I heard about this one like called I Survived. I haven't watched it yet, but it's like a horror slash like people like surviving like disasters and shit like that. Like we're telling their stories. So I might check it out eventually.
Cool. Todd, anything you listen to? Or do you listen
I don't really religiously listen to a bunch of podcasts. There was one I used to watch and listen back in the day, PK. That was a good one.
PK
already. Yeah, PK. Yeah, I know, right? So there was that, and like I watch random episodes of like random podcasts. Like if the guest I know or I like feel like
see
like
that? Yeah,
I'm
very similar
or something.
I'm very similar in that. What the fuck was that pack? You got 6 trainers. What the hell?
Oh, it's a holographic Pokeball one.
Yeah, this one has the Pokeball illustration.
Okay.
Did the other one have one? Oh
Nope.
no.
Nah, this is some bullshit.
I think Flame, you mentioned Nightcap. What's that one about?
Yeah, that is Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson /
Oh,
Ultra
yeah.
Cinco's podcast. It's like a comedy podcast, but it's also mainly about sports.
Yeah, nice. I listen to The Yard, which is Ludwig's podcast with him and his crew. That one's actually really funny. I enjoy that a lot. And then I listen to I don't know if you guys have heard the channel Abroad in Japan, like Chris Broad.
Yep.
And his stuff. He has a
Yes.
podcast that I've been catching up on recently, just about like 30, 40. It's like bite-sized episodes that like suffice the drive to and from work, which is like really good.
That's good. Yeah.
It's just them chatting about like Japan and like what's going on around there. But I'm the same as you, Todd.
Okay.
Like if I see a podcast that has like a guest that I actually like am interested in, then I'll generally just like listen to that as well.
Yeah, whether it be like Joe Rogan or
Yeah.
Theo Von is fucking hilarious.
Mm.
I love listening to his podcast sometimes. He's just so out of pocket, kind of like Knight.
Hey yo, the nights.
Yes, sir.
There we go. And then the last thing from Tony. He actually asked, what big plans / goals do you have for this year? And all of your faces. Thank you, Tony. Your face as well. Any goals / plans for the year? Anyone done any New Year's resolutions? Oh, A-Spec. Nice. Any goals resolutions this year, gents?
I refuse to make goals at this point.
That's fair.
Because like that's a cool holographic Umbreon. Yeah, I feel like goals, like I always seem to make goals but then never follow up on them. So
Yeah.
at this point I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna make goals. I'm just gonna see things how
the
they
year
go.
goes. Yeah, absolutely.
And things may change. I guess I do have a couple goals, but they're like more personal. And I
Yeah.
guess if things change or if things go according to plan, I will probably bring them up. But as for now,
Yeah.
like I do have a couple of personal goals, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep them personal. for
Goals
now.
to come back to Australia at some point. That's the one goal.
Oh,
That's one goal.
that is definitely something I want to happen this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that'd
would
be
love
sick.
to go back.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Night, Flame, you guys have anything?
I
I-
don't really have much.
Nothing much on your
No.
end?
Flame's goal is to pull the Umbreon.
Yeah, that'd be. Oh my god,
Yes,
that'd be
true.
sick.
Pull the Umbreon tonight. Let's start off the year strong.
And then, Night, anything on your end?
Nothing like too big. I just
Yeah.
want to. I have like sort of like Todd. I have like little like mini like goals that
Yeah.
I just want to set for myself, and I don't know. A lot of them are just like really bullshit. Like play some games.
Yeah,
and,
but I mean, like, it's
like,
cool. Like
trying
that's
to
what
clear
I.
out the
That's how
list.
I've changed my whole. Flutter me. That's how like basically I did the same thing where like I found that like because I like setting goals because it's at least I get to something to like
Yeah,
achieve
it's-
or try to.
It depends. You just
But,
depends
like,
on the person, really.
I used to always put like numbers to everything, like save X dollars, lose X weight, and I'd never
Right.
achieve it. And I'd feel really shit about it. So then this year I just removed all the numbers except like my goal is to always do 3 million steps per year. That's kind of like the overall like main goal for that one. But otherwise, like I'll read them
Right.
out. I have a big health focus this year, and it's now like lose weight, build muscle, and then stop biting my fingernails and the surrounding skin because I have a bad habit of doing that. 3 million steps plus try and beat 2024's total, which was like 3,052,000, I think it was.
So
Keep saying-
what's the math on that? What's the math on
I think
that
it's
to do
like
like X steps per day?
So I think it's eight, just over 8,000 steps a day is the average.
Okay.
But then, for example, like when we went to Japan last year, there was like we averaged like,
Oh, nice.
Nice, sweet coon.
I think we averaged like 27,000 steps a day in Japan. So it's like you can get those kinds of situations where like it's just easy money. Keep saving
Mess
money,
with
but
that.
don't be afraid to spend it on yourself.
Sure.
Travel somewhere new. Go back to Japan / solo travel. And then pursue a business venture. Be your authentic self. Keep building self-confidence. Find the good and the bad. Say yes to more things. Get more into coffee. I got these coffee, like a really nice bag of coffee beans for Christmas. And I kind of want to get into like actually like grinding and brewing and like doing the whole like bish bosh with coffee.
Flame knows a place where you can get some nice coffee.
Yeah, mate. It
Hey.
also gives me diabetes.
I hope you guys are proud. I have not had it.
I know. I'm so
since,
proud of you. I'm so
Hey,
proud of
my
you for
man.
finally thinking
Good
straight.
shit.
And then I think the last one there is be more comfortable with taking breaks from like social media, friends, family when you need to. So you know
That's a
think-
decent
I
goal.
think
get
it's
that.
especially like with Trader Crew stuff because I always feel like like, oh, I need to be on top of everything. I need to be aware. I think this is the last pack, right, Flame? So it lines up perfectly at the end.
I got 2 more.
I got 2 more. Cool. Yeah, I always feel like with Trader Cruise especially, it's like got to be on top of everything. When the news drops, got to be there, like so on and so on and so on. And now I'm just like, man, whatever. Ooh,
that was like me the other night. Like I was just chilling in bed and I saw that there was the news of like the Kuma Super Evolution and all that. And I'm just like,
fuck
yeah,
it, man.
I'll get to it when I get to it in the morning.
Yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it, man. No one's. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like the news is there. Like everyone is keen to hear you like talk about it anyway. So like, it kind of works out regardless.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's how I'm feeling as well. It's like if I don't post on time, I don't post on time. Like so be it. You'll get posted.
You know, it's another thing that I've actually kind of enjoyed lately is when Carissa and I went to Canada, the hotel we were staying at, there was a casino that was
getting into gambling,
like literally.
Very cool.
Right to it. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing a gacha game for the last 10 years. I know all about gambling. But recently dabbled into a little bit of blackjack, and man, that shit is fun as hell. It's like
you like Balatro yet?
Oh yeah, dude, Balatro is so good. But I've been enjoying it, and like I've now like just been like doing some like training and practicing for it, and I'm learning a little bit like and dabbling into like counting cards a little bit and seeing how that works.
We're making money this year. That's one of the secret goals, right? If I become successful at blackjack, I'll let everyone know.
Well, I mean, it's incredibly difficult to make money from casinos, so I guess that's not really a goal per se, but it's just like something fun to do on the side. I really enjoy it.
Absolutely, it's always good.
Like a lot of people have like the misconception that counting cards is like illegal, but it's actually not illegal. You're allowed to do it. You're just not allowed to like make it public, like what you're doing.
Yeah,
you're allowed to do it, but if a casino catches you and you're winning too much, then
you're out. Yeah, exactly right.
But I'm not expecting that to happen. But it's something fun to do on the side. I found a little bit of fun with it, and
fuck it.
Yeah,
100%.
It's cool.
I think this is the last pack, I believe, and then
It is the last.
We
pack.
can wrap it up.
Good luck. Come on, let's get the good shit.
We got a
Pokeball seeking.
Okay.
A Badoo.
Damn, this box sucks ass.
Damn, no, that box is ass.
That box is a waste, man. You should have sold the box. And I guess on that note, thanks you guys so much for listening. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and Flame, what are they commenting today for the first ep of 2025? Prismatic in the comment section down below. As per usual, make sure you go like, subscribe, do all that kind of fun stuff. Follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I don't know. You can go find us. Go find all of our social media platforms down below. Flame, Knight, Todd, and myself. But I guess with that being said, I've been Captain Papi, joined as always by Todd, Flame, and Knight for 2025 to get back into it. We'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.